Danger, danger. The podcast you're about to listen to may contain spoilers, bad language, offensive themes, and material that is inappropriate for people under the age of 18. However, the podcast will definitely contain bad opinions. You have been warned. Hello, welcome back to the Anime Abroad podcast. We survived another week somehow, and we're back talking about spring. But before we do that, I'm going to introduce my fellow hosts. Okay, we've got Jared, we've got Jonas, we've got Cassie, and we have got Kyle. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, hello there.
Oh my.
I feel like just getting worse every fucking week.
What?
Yeah.
There's just no good way of doing it, so I'm just resigning myself that it's awful. At the very least, this way, it's a lot quicker.
Unless we talk like this.
I am Tom. I'm going to be the host this evening, and let's dive straight into question of the week. Now, I feel like we've got a very sad pony in the call today because, as we've argued often, ReZero is not going to be eligible for Anime of the Season this season because it doesn't finish this season, so we can't count it. So we're going to start off by
pick that for Anime of the Season.
I know, right?
Not for this season. Definitely not for this season. Based off the first 12 episodes, no.
Next
Wait,
season.
does someone have that bad of taste in my Anime Abroad podcast?
You invited him.
In honor of Kyle's hurt butt, we're going to have a ReZero themed question of the week, and I'm hoping this is as stupid as it is in my head. Okay, so we have 5 hosts. There are 5 vowels. Who is Rem? Who is Ram? Who is Rim? Who is Rom? Who is Rum?
I'm Rum.
Dibs on Rem.
Yeah, Cassie is definitely Rum. Jonas.
Jonas is Rem.
I think Jonas is Rem. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm best girl as always.
I would actually almost say you're more of a Ram than a Rem.
Fuck you.
I don't know if I go for that for Kyle.
I think. Oh, Jared, do you want? See,
Yeah.
the thing is that I have to give Kyle something.
Wait, what vowel
I feel
exists? I
like
can't remember.
Jonas earns Rem more, but Kyle.
I don't even.
wants
Can
it more.
someone explain to me what kind of character Rem is? I have no
Rem
idea.
is
Adorable.
Very sweet.
Oh,
Girl
okay.
of the year.
So you,
Ernest.
pretty much.
Yeah, so pretty much me. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with being girl of the year.
Kyle, are you okay? Are you okay? I mean, do you want to be Rem or do you want to have Rem, Kyle? That's the question.
Can I
Come,
have
Kyle,
both?
get me.
Can I be Rem who has Rem?
Because if you're Ram, you get so much fucking Rem contact.
Well, let me just say this. The subreddit for Rem is like over 3,000, and the subreddit for Ram is less than 200 subscribers.
Yeah,
well,
but do you
those
need
quality.
Are
need
you a
fans?
moderator on that one too, Kyle?
I will probably soon be.
Oh, nice.
Kyle, the question is, do you want to have fans or do you want to have Rem?
I am
Because
Rem.
you can't have both.
I have
You are
both.
not Rem. No.
No, nobody.
I think we should base this by how much money we've each spent on Rem.
See, spending money on
Wait,
Rem
You
sounds like
can't
a
buy
Rem
your
thing.
waifu, Kyle.
The fuck are you trying
That's
to
just
say to
rude.
me?
I mean, Kyle does own I don't know how many figures of Saber, so maybe you can buy your waifu.
Still not there.
Jared, do you want Rom? Because I want Rim.
I want Ram because I like
Also,
to
are these
tell
characters
people
that come
their
up later? Because
I want to ram
don't
Rem's
know
Rim.
what you're talking about.
Okay, how about this? We're talking about ReZero anyway, so Kyle can't be a salty baby about everything. Kyle gets Rom, I get Rim, Jared gets Ram,
Yeah.
Jonas gets Rem, and Cassie gets Rum.
That's the best.
Also, what? Okay, for non legit characters, what hair colors do we get?
Oh.
Cassie, what's your?
brown for
Also,
Rum.
I want to point out, Rum definitely needs to have the double fringe.
What's my
So
anime hair
Yeah,
color?
no,
Purple.
Yeah,
like,
what's your palette?
Cassie just looks like
Purple?
an
yeah, it
anime
already
version
is.
of Captain Morgan.
No. Rum needs a double fringe so she can't see out of it. That way you have no idea how
Morgan
buzzed she is
Payton.
under the fringe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with purple.
Yeah, I'm Rim. I've got, as my name suggests, I have activities that I need to keep my hair out of my face for. So my hair is pinned back.
Jesus Christ.
And I assume, Kyle, that Rom demands that everyone calls her Rem and dyes her hair blue.
No, I have long blue hair down to my ankles with pink accents.
Okay. Oh wow, Jared's got his fucking OC on point.
I would like my OC to bully Kyle's OC.
Okay. Let's lead from our stupid question of the week to our stupid topic, which we're going to start off with ReZero because I actually think Kyle might leave the podcast if we didn't bring it up. I mean, to be fair though, ReZero might not be eligible for being rated and ranked this season, but it definitely was part of the spring season.
Well,
so
I mean, I'll just pay off Neal to
If
edit
we-
out everything everyone else says.
Stop!
please
might
don't
actually
do
work.
that. That would definitely work.
Oh my
Please
god!
don't do
Oh
that.
my god! Can you imagine?
Yeah, can you imagine? Okay.
It'd be him singing too.
Well, no, what would happen is
Um,
what would happen is I would just pay off Neal and then I would just re-record the episode.
You have no idea how much Niall triggers Niall.
triggers me.
Sorry, Neal.
No, we need to move because hang on, before we get started, Kyle, where are you right now?
I'm currently inside of my car in front of the kebab stand, halfway to work.
And why are you in your car in front of a kebab stand?
Because you're all a bunch of fags.
Hold on. What was the quote yesterday? I will pull over and use my headset in the back of my car if I have to, and he actually did it.
Yeah, I'm
Absolute
currently
madman.
on my 4G mobile hotspot from my phone.
Honestly, though, I think by default, this makes Kyle the most dedicated member of the podcast because, let's be real, no one else is going to fucking do that.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
know
I
the
think-
schedule you guys are on my work schedule. I say, fuck you, I'm working.
We need a round of applause for Kyle for that.
Pachi, pachi, pachi.
Yeah, Hachi Pachi.
Okay, so let's talk about the first. Let's talk about the first core of ReZero. Now, I think we've all seen that except for Jonas.
Wait, Jonas, are you intending to watch this?
I am
Is
intending
this
to watch it.
spoiler
Yeah.
territory for you?
Don't
See,
spoil it,
I
please.
don't necessarily believe that there are many
Yeah, I
major
wouldn't say so.
spoilers.
I was gonna suggest, if you wanted to mute us, we could just tell him when to come back, because we used to do that for Ravi and such.
I mean, Jonas, do you
We were
want
talking about
to
things
take
people didn't
part in
want spoiled.
the conversation, or would you like to skip out for a bit? It's up to you, dude.
How major are the spoilers? Are you going
Pretty-
to...
I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything in the first 12 episodes that are worth that even qualify as a spoiler.
I think there's
it's not going
spoilers,
to change
but
your
I don't think they really matter. If I'd known any of these
Yeah,
things, I don't think
I
it would have
agree.
done much.
It's
Oh, right, I'll join
other
the conversation
other
then.
than the mechanic of the series, which is explained in the first
Yeah,
episode.
I know the mechanic
wouldn't
already.
agree.
I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of... I kind of
In
know
that
how
case, I don't think
ReZero
there's
works
I
now.
don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't.
Alright,
stay
I'm
up
going to
for
sit
it.
in then.
I would
Listen to you.
definitely say that the stuff that happens after episode 12 is worth
Yeah.
not mentioning. And some of the themes as well, maybe I don't know, but the first 12 episodes I actually think aren't super strong, I have to admit. They kept
personally
me
don't.
hooked. They kept me hooked though.
It was just enough to keep me watching and
Yeah, that's what
not
it felt
bored.
like. Also,
Yeah,
because I had my
um,
desktop hooked up to my TV, and I couldn't play video games. I was like, well, I either watch anime or I clean. So that's how I got through the first 12 episodes yesterday.
I feel like completely the odd man out in this entire conversation.
I was expecting better, honestly. Like, it didn't strike me as phenomenal. I don't know.
I enjoyed the first episode.
I hated the first 2 episodes. I thought they were awful.
Did you really? I thought the first 2 episodes were you, Cassie, because I thought the first 2 episodes were quite good.
I didn't like them. I told you, I hated the way that Subaru walked around narrating like he was in a video game and that he was the protagonist. That shit
I didn't like
drove me mad. I'm glad it dropped off because I couldn't stand it. It ruined everything for me, and it was just detestable.
Yeah,
can we also acknowledge how immersion breaking it is that he is literally blinks into this fucking fancy world.
That's exactly it.
Doesn't drop a beat. It's like, oh, I'm here. He doesn't even act surprised.
No. Yeah. See, and in the first episode he did that, and in the second one, he literally turns into the overpowered protagonist and starts fucking punching the shit out of people, and it's like, I don't know.
There,
well, see, the point of all the extra narration on Subaru's part is to build himself and the audience's image of him as the protagonist, because it's very important later on for for the themes that come around that Subaru. Basically, the first 12 episodes are meant to build Subaru's ego.
I wouldn't argue with that premise, but I think the execution was poor. Like, maybe not necessarily poor, but it could have been done a lot better. I think, ReZero almost completely ignores the where and the how. You know, like, it completely skips over the how completely. And I actually have theories that might be intentional.
See, I don't mind that. Like, honestly, the things that I don't like, everything I just said, isn't necessarily bad. It's just things that I personally dislike. I don't like main characters that do that a whole lot. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, I don't care for it at all. And that's what turned me off initially.
See, the way to redeem it would be to have the twist that Subaru had he was never in our world. That was just some kind of delusion.
That sounds even stupider if they did that.
How is like a huge spoiler.
I mean, that's not a spoiler. That's a theory. I mean, you can literally. I made that theory after episode 1.
No, I'm not saying your theory, but they can't tell you how because that pretty much spoils stuff in Arc 4.
Oh, sure, yeah, but I mean, he doesn't even question it. They don't even acknowledge its mystery. Like that's that's the problem.
I think that's fine. Because if they acknowledged it, then they would have to spend time elaborating on it.
My problem isn't that the question of how isn't answered; it's that it isn't asked. That's my problem.
I don't think
who's there to ask it?
No one ever. Okay with that.
No one ever asked.
He literally opens his eyes and he's in a different world, and he's like, okay. He's not like.
Well, no,
what?
he briefly goes. Remember, in episode 4, he briefly, or no, not even 4. The first 2 episodes, he goes over looking again, thinking he's basically in the video game world, wondering where's the pretty girl that summoned him.
Yeah, the meta stuff that takes place in the first couple episodes, I agree, Cassie. I didn't think it was tasteful. I just thought it was too meta and just a little bit pandering. Like, Konosuba did that.
I mean,
stuff
it is
so
sort of
much
a pandering
better.
anime. That I don't think that's the problem, really.
I mean, in those first 2 episodes, maybe not so much down the road. But well, maybe. I mean,
every anime is kind of pandering towards a certain audience.
I
mean, like things like Maids and whatnot. But I mean, it definitely starts off a lot more kind of shameless and picks up its own pace. It definitely
gets better as it goes on.
Yeah, for sure. I actually think the best part of the first 12 episodes, I think, is the first time he gets to the mansion and meeting all of those characters for the first time.
So yeah, the highlight for me was, I don't know if it was episode around 5 or 6. It's after he's basically died twice and gone back, and he's breaking down because he's I know these people and they don't know me, and it's just, he's got those emotional bonds and he doesn't want to let them go. That for me was kind of the highlight of what I've seen so far. And after that, it kind of went down again because...
Okay.
I don't know. The whole running into the forest to save the children, I didn't dig it.
Yeah, but you fucking hate children. Cassie, if the girl from Sweetness and Lightning was one of those children, would you have let them die?
I'm not gonna go run into the forest to go save a bunch of kids when there's a pack of fucking wolves in there. Like, come on. Again, it was a case of I have to be the hero because I'm obviously the hero of this story, and I hate it.
Not with that attitude you want.
Trying to be the MC. Which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the meta stuff is necessarily all bad, but I would kind of prefer it wasn't there. I feel like Subaru's character could exist. Like, all of the strong points of Subaru's character could exist without that stuff.
Well, it's exactly
like a lot of it is sort of necessary.
It's exactly Subaru's personality.
He wants kind of.
Subaru wants the entire world to revolve around him.
Yeah, like, I don't think an ordinary person would work in this because they wouldn't push forward as hard. Like, he's always pushing forward. He's, like, striving.
That's
Kyle, that's a really good way to characterize him.
Yeah.
Is he the Prince of Strive?
Well, that's why, like, I feel...
Jonas!
I wish you did meet yourself.
Like, every time I see people, seriously hate on Subaru, like, it just kind of... I feel like people get spoiled on main characters a lot. And then once like a character that does a lot of like really cringy stuff that like you don't want your main character doing, then a bunch of red flags are going off everywhere.
I would actually agree with that a lot. But the thing is that I would agree with that more in the second half than the first half.
Well, yeah.
So I don't want to get too far into it. The problem isn't that Subaru's cringy, because that doesn't make me hate a character.
I don't think he's cringy either.
I think he is kind of cringy.
I don't think he's that cringy, all things considered.
Not all things, but there are definite moments of drop spaghetti.
Does he get worse?
Well,
Cassie, the point you're at, I think you've seen the worst.
Yeah.
Well,
like, I thought the worst he gets is like, my Amelia,
No, episode.
Yeah, but that's stuff
14,
after the point we're talking about, Cassie.
Episode 14 is probably, in my opinion, the lowest point.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Let's not 14, actually,
we'll talk
16.
About that.
Yeah, it's fine.
We'll talk about that next season.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, we are actually looking to do an entire episode on ReZero, so like that's the reason why I want to keep this. This is kind of just our impressions of ReZero in the context of spring.
Damn, Kyle might not record from the back of his car for that one.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. He might buy a house just for the occasion.
I will rent out a professional studio.
Buy a boat.
I could actually imagine
his voice
Kyle
will be amplified 10,000 times.
The world's first and last REM-themed theme park land.
I'll put whenever I talk about ReZero, I'll just put like the reverb on, like to the max. In a young world,
Kyle, Kyle, I've heard you to say that this is one of your favorite anime of all time, right? Already.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's just got.
I guess we should get Nate to watch this, eh?
It's got everything I really
Nate
want.
Would probably really like it.
Nate's like a mini Kyle.
Yeah, maybe Kyle very similar opinions.
Yeah.
They're all bad. That's why.
Jonas
says you.
Jonas, maybe save that until we get to Mayoiga. I mean,
man, I like how this podcast kind of went from everyone kind of being sort of neutral and having sort of similar opinions and such to like suddenly we all just tell each other our taste is trash. I love the variety we've got here
Kyle
now.
used to agree on things. So that kind of ended.
But so I feel like the general opinion of the first, I think 12 in the first core, maybe 13, I can't remember, but the first 12 episodes of ReZero is that I feel like the four that's watched it, me, Jared, and Cassie, there was just enough there to keep us watching and on the line, but not really anything that blew our minds. And then Kyle, it was love at first sight. So stay tuned for more discussion on ReZero. We will try and do a specific podcast just for it. with at least the four of us.
Can I have?
I feel like we actually have a really good range of taste on ReZero. I actually think ReZero is a really, really interesting anime.
Can I have a podcast on my Yoiga?
Yeah.
Jonas, this is
5 already.
This is all you're gonna get,
okay.
Jonas. After this podcast, my Yoiga
Wait
is.
until the finale of the year.
Oh no!
Oh no! Don't give him
I'm
ideas.
nominating my yoga for every category,
Oh,
baby.
you said you wouldn't do
Cassie.
this.
Cassie's doing it to burn the fucking podcast to the ground, not.
It's alright
Not because she believes
if
it.
my Yoiga is on the list, it's alright if the podcast dies afterwards. Or your Yoiga has to be on the list.
Don't worry.
I
Really, what
actually agree.
category?
I mean-
What category does it not fit in? Tell me
Jonas,
that.
I actually agree with that, Jonas, because if it's not on the list, then how do I cross it off?
Don't worry. I have.
Okay.
I'll start saving up emergency funds to pay off our editor.
The only category that I
Every
can't
time
win.
the word Mayoiga pops up, bleep it.
Well, no. We'll just cut out the parts with Mayoga and just put music in there.
I think that
But not music. It'll be the sad hippo song.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if he
At least
if he dubbed the word abortion over Mayoiga? The context that this podcast would suddenly take.
It's like,
Jonas,
now,
you'd be a
for
monster.
season 2, we're not ready yet for another abortion.
See, what people don't realize is that abortions are intentionally funny.
Oh boy.
Okay, fuck. Right, okay. Let's get stuck into it. Let's go with Luloko, because I feel like that's the. Fuck
It
off,
triggers me
Jonas.
because you mispronounce it every single time, Tom.
Every time.
Every fucking.
What, Luluco?
Luluco.
Luluco,
Uchu
Lucario,
Patrol Luluco.
Uchi Patrol.
Luchador Patrol. What?
It's based.
Uchu
Okay,
Patrol
anyway.
Lucasade.
I got to the Kill the Kill reference and stopped for Luluco. So
I watched 2 episodes of it. So.
Oh, it got better after that.
Yeah.
It's last
did it
episode
actually get
all
better
over
after that?
again.
Because I thought it was pretty good by that point.
I mean, it's basically a love letter from Trigger.
Also a love story.
Yeah, like
Some sort.
It's the TCU. Luloko is like the. It's.
I guess.
It really is the TCU. It's the glue that holds the entire TCU together. I'm going to keep saying TCU until it sticks. Wait, no.
Wait, what
yeah,
does that mean?
TCU. Trigger Cinematic Universe.
Oh, okay.
I'm pushing that. Every single Trigger anime takes place in the same universe. I'm pushing that theory.
That sounds silly.
Kind of.
It does,
It
but
does.
it's Trigger, Cassie.
They were in Kisniver.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they were, weren't
originally
they?
in
They had a
Kisniver.
cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a cameo in the final episode.
Wasn't
I
like
forgot.
Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill? Like, aren't they both Trigger as well?
They're not allowed to.
No,
Not Gurren Lagann.
Gurren
that
Lagann
was
is
Gainax.
Gurren Lagann is
Gainax,
basically
yeah.
the team
Wait.
that moved from Gainax to form
Yeah.
Trigger.
Okay.
I mean, it's Imaishi mainly. And it's Imaishi.
I mean, there
and
is a Kill la Kill-
a few animators and stuff.
Yeah. There's a Kill la Kill planet in...
Yeah, that would make more sense then. But
Yeah. So let's blaze through this one because I don't think we really need to give it a vast amount of screen time. It's neat. It's extraordinarily Trigger, and I feel like that's
It's extraordinarily
Very high
Imaishi.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think how
I feel like-
like a critic I kind of like put it is like Imaishi knows how to do shows extremely well and do themes extremely well, but he uses everything of his talent on farts. And
Yeah, I
like
saw
those
someone
farts are
say
really
that as
good, but it's farts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his style and vision that kind of forms Trigger's identity, right?
Pretty much.
I think
And
it's
he's
kind of
he's the guy-
differing by now.
He's not
It's kind of differing in some ways with stuff like Ino Battle and Kisniver coming out.
Yeah.
Like there's
See, I
definitely
thought
more.
Ino Battle was actually secretly really Trigger. If you looked under the surface, if you finished it, you'd know what I mean.
Like there's a lot of
Like,
animation
shit
quirks in
Shit
Eno
goes
Battle
down in, like,
that
episode
are
10.
definitely influenced.
Yeah, but it's very, very far away from actually being like an Imaishi-ish show.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Kill la Kill.
Sure. It's
It's like there's been 2 Imaishi shows in the Trigger now, and that's Kill la Kill and Luluko. That's it. That's all Trigger really has. out of Imaishi. I mean, there's the Yoshinari movies and in what's it fucking called? Little Witch Academia as well, which isn't actually very Imaishi either.
No.
I mean, it's very different from it. It still feels it's still very much part of Trigger's identity. Because
in that case, I would say the glue that holds the whole thing together is Trigger's identity more than this guy's. Because, like, while maybe you might not say that Little Witch Academia or like Ninja Slayer are very, help me out here, Imaishi? Is that right?
Imaishi, yeah.
They are very Trigger, and the things that Imaishi makes, or just whatever, you guys say it for me, are also like very Trigger. Like, it really doesn't take long after watching a Trigger show to realize it's a Trigger show. Like,
yeah, I mean, unless
whether this guy's working on them or not, I feel like he adds his voice to the crescendo rather than he is the voice. You know what I mean?
There are other voices.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of the insanity that is kind of around Trigger is very obvious. Like, if you look at stuff like Inferno Cop and like Kill la Kill, there's a lot of it's obviously Trigger, but there's also these standouts. Like Kiznaiver hugely stands out from everything else. Like Kiznaiver's.
I want to point out Kiznaiver is the most subtle Trigger show ever. Like,
I don't think so. I don't think so. Kiznaiver might
from the Gamorreans. The Gamorreans are the subtle Trigger identity. Their little fucking in episode 1, their little rave in the elevator was when I realized, hang on, is this a Trigger show? I didn't know. I didn't realize.
No, wait. Did you mean subtle in terms of it's subtly? It's like
yeah. I was wondering.
It's Trigger, but you don't realize.
It's not blatant. The way that something like Kill la Kill wears that kind of style on its sleeve.
Oh yeah. That I agree with. I just don't think
has it tucked under.
Kiznaiver is not a very subtle show, though. We're going to talk about that later.
No.
I think actually, to get back on topic, Luluco is a very subtle show when it wants to be.
When it wants to be, yeah, it is.
When it wants to be,
yeah, it is.
A lot of the first few episodes, a lot of its themes in terms of young romance, teenage romance. I absolutely adore the execution. It's super good.
It's really
but
good.
it just kind of loses itself
because the beauty of it is that it's so vapid and shallow.
Yeah,
and that's what teenage love is, and that's so fucking deliciously perfect that I really did. That was my favorite part of Luluco. I have to admit that once the triggerosity wore off, then I really didn't have much of a reason to keep watching, but that was probably my favorite part of the series.
Yeah, I'll actually have to finish it sometime.
Got even better as it went on.
Okay,
that aspect of
I did mean to go back and finish it, but I'll be perfectly honest, there's way too much shit to watch this season. I had a list written out for the things I wanted to watch in summer. I finished 2 of them because it takes that much just to keep up with seasonals. I could have done it.
Don't be lazy. It's only about an episode's worth of. You have less than an episode's worth left.
It's not really long. It's just for me. It's always kind of anime, actually getting started on it, and once I started, it's probably easy to watch, but starting part is hard.
Also, announcing a new anime at the end of your anime. That's fucking Trigger as shit, yo.
I liked how they fitted to be continued in the last sentence of every episode. Some variation of it.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good joke.
Yeah. Okay. We need to skip on, so can we get the 3 R's, guys? That's Kyle and Jared, I believe.
Oh yeah,
you go, Jared.
Jared, go first.
I think I'd rate it a 9 because.
Oh wow, nice.
Well, I think it did what it wanted to do pretty perfectly. I've never seen themes about young romance done so well. I would recommend it to most people, and maybe rewatch. I'm not sure. Maybe rewatch with someone else. That could be fun.
Okay, Kyle?
I gave it a 9 as well. I would recommend it. And then, I'll rewatch it eventually.
Cool. Okay, what's this DJ shit?
Yeah, DJ anime.
DJ Agataro.
Wait, Tom, didn't you watch the first 2 episodes of that?
I didn't watch any of this. Ravi liked this one. I don't know if he finished it though, but I know he started it.
That ridiculous one that you watched the first episode of. I can't remember what that one was.
It is quite ridiculous.
It was a short.
Oh, it might have been something like Sushi Police or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That's what it was.
Sushi Police is that really weird art-styled one, Jared.
It was CG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insanity.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
The animation was very disconcerting.
Yeah, it really was.
But let's not give Sushi Police any fucking airtime.
Yeah.
Let's go. DJ Arigato. Let's go.
God damn.
I'm determined to never get the name right.
Oh my god. Schwarzmargen.
I was amazed how nobody could pronounce it.
All right.
Okay, who's finished this? Is it just you two again?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I don't think Jared's finished it.
No, I have.
Oh, you did?
I watched like the last 4 episodes at once.
Oh, nice.
It was fantastic.
Okay, Kyle, did you finish it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, Kyle, you start, because I think Jared wants to talk about this one a bit more.
Right. It's a wonderful show. There's nothing bad I can say about it, really, at all. It's got a quirky art style. It's got a really...
Very expressive.
Yeah, it's got a really original premise as some kid who runs his father's tonkatsu restaurant. But then he figures out he wants to be a DJ. But then he finds out that he's really good at being a DJ when he takes skills from the tonkatsu restaurant and applies it to being a DJ, but then also improving his tonkatsu by applying DJ skills to his cooking. All in all,
it constantly draws parallels between them.
Yeah, it's a really funny show.
Cool, Jared. This is one of your front runners this season, isn't it?
It actually might be. What else can I add? It's extremely optimistic, actually. Like everybody gets along, even though
it's definitely quite inspirational.
Oh, for sure.
And the music
It sounds like a really cool topic, to be honest. Just this whole applying skills to another thing.
Yeah.
Topic. I think is really interesting.
Sure hope one day I can apply all my potato analyzing skills to my passion.
So does he have a moment where he's like, if I flip the discs like I flip the burgers?
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happens.
It's like he's like wax on, wax off as he's like fucking scratching the disc.
There's like a black guy who basically is his inspiration, but then
he speaks to him like God. Pretty much.
Yeah, there's this.
Cool.
It's funny because he's speaking English, but then they have like a Japanese voiceover saying what he's saying.
That sounds amazing.
But
they don't say what's written.
Like tossing tunes, like he tosses the cabbage.
Also,
nice.
He's at a restaurant one time, a different tonkatsu restaurant, and he gets taught by the guy that if you cook it really slowly, the meat's really juicy and moist.
And if you cook it really slowly, the beat's really juicy.
Well,
pretty much.
The point was that the crowd was really hard. It was not what he was expecting. So he warmed them up. He cooked them slowly. And they eventually loved them.
Wow. Okay, well, this sounds like a very special little short. Let's crack out the 3 hours. Keep it short and sweet like the anime.
You go first, Jared.
Okay, I read a 9 as well. It was one of the funniest shows of last season. Recommend to most people again, and absolutely rewatch, no doubt, especially with someone again.
Cool.
See their reactions to it.
I also give it a 9. It's just all around. It's just all around good. I'd recommend it to anyone, and then I might rewatch it, maybe.
Has a lot of personality.
Cool. All right, let's crack on from one of Jared's potential number ones to the other one of Jared's potential number ones, Con Revo.
1 second. Does anyone else feel like Tom is like actually threatening them a little bit when he's saying, "All right, let's cut it short. Let's do this. Keep it short, guys."
Like, the thing is,
he's actually secretly holding your family hostage.
He's
like showing you a
Kyle's
video
car
feed
right
of it
now.
when he tells you to keep it short.
all I see in my head is Kyle's battery dying in his fucking car.
Like, I see the kebab stand dude giving me like a dirty look every now and then.
That's all I can hear. Like this entire episode is like, "All right, guys, keep it short."
Just wait. Also, I'm budgeting. I am budgeting time for my Oiga. Nobody wants a 3-hour podcast because
I mean, if Kyle dies halfway through my Oiga, I don't think he even cares.
No.
Yeah, I only have a few
Kyle needs to say what he's going to
say.
say. Yeah, he's going to say what he's going to say at the start, and then I think he's just going to give up and let it go.
You should order a kebab while you're recording.
That'd be a great idea.
That's like why I'm
That'd
here.
be a great idea, actually.
Ask the kebab stand for his opinion on
Just open your window and show.
the kebab stand is
Hey,
going to be the tiebreaker.
Is Rem best girl? Rem! I said Rem!
Okay, Conrevo. I can talk about this one, I guess.
Oh yeah. Go
I've
for it.
seen 5 episodes.
I dropped it after the first episode.
Why? Let's clear that up.
Okay. I also dropped Gatchaman Kraus after the exact same amount of time for the same reason. Mechs, power suits, and magical girls do absolutely nothing to me. I think they're rote. I think they're stale, and I just dislike them. I dislike every single mech and like magical girl, like things like that. They all go down the same. They all have to touch on the same points. And unless you're doing something like Madoka where you're flipping on its head, I really just I don't have much patience for that. Also, aesthetically, I really just don't like them aesthetically. So
do you go?
It starts off on such a go on.
Do you actually like go into these shows, see it's a mech, and immediately dislike it?
It immediately is starting off on the back foot because if I don't like what I'm looking at, if I'm completely disinterested in seeing two giant robots fight, then it really is so like it's a knock against the series, and I think it's the same as people who say that they don't like horror series. I
mean, I get
like
that. The thing is just that just like, for example, would you consider? It was a bad example, probably, but would you consider something a scary movie, a horror movie, that people that don't like horror would dislike?
Well, no, because that's where I'd actually say that's where Madoka comes. Like, something like a satire.
That was a really bad comparison. Sorry,
that was a really bad example. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods would have been a better one because that's not really horror either. That's like not even like a satire. It's like actually it's a deconstruction. What am I on about? It actually is as well.
I've never in my life considered Gatchaman Kraus a mech show.
Yeah. Well, okay, it might not be a mech show, but it's got power suits. I've
never actually considered it a show with power suits. I mean, it has them. The thing about it is that I get really defensive about Gatchaman Kraus. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonas, we actually can't let it bleed into this. I'm afraid we can talk about.
It's kind of like it's the same point.
I know you really
for
like that anyway.
It's the same point for Conrevo, really. The mechs are an element of it, and if you don't like that element, that's fine. I just don't think that it's an element that sticks and an element that
affects.
Well, it does stick, but it's not an element that's overly important.
I do agree with you on principle, but it still affects my viewing experience.
Yeah,
in the way it does.
It's all right. That's all right. It's just like
I wish it didn't. I wish I could watch anything and give it an equally fair footing, but just seeing these giant, basically toys fighting in the middle of a city just completely breaks my immersion.
These especially are kind of supposed to look like toys as well.
Yeah, I get that. And I think something that's important to note is that I didn't grow up watching Power Rangers. I didn't grow up watching Sailor Moon. I didn't grow up watching like any of these cultural touching points. If I did, maybe I'd feel differently. Maybe I would be able to buy into the nostalgia that Conrevo is clearly invoking, but I didn't, and these things have absolutely no touching point to me, and I'm super bored of them.
I mean,
and it's a shame because I actually think Conrevo looks incredible, and from what I've heard about some of the stuff that happens towards the end, I would love to see that in a series which has subject matter more interesting to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I've got to say, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna see how long that would last for.
I was rapidly trying to find something to say.
All right.
I do not think Conrevo is bad. Like, I didn't watch enough of it to make that judgment call. I didn't even think episode 1 was bad either. It's just something that has no interest to me. So that's me out of the way. I'm done. You guys go.
I'm about halfway on it. I enjoyed Concrete Revolutio, but it was quite, I don't want to say annoying, but it was very, I didn't like the method of storytelling where they were constantly going back and forth through time.
Yeah.
Not only through time, but using Japanese standards of eras as the time skips. That's why the show didn't become as popular as I think it should have, is because it was very, very confusing going back and forth through time. Like, it helped.
Things like that.
I think it's like
things like that work a lot better when you're watching them all together than week to week, because it's so easy to lose the threads when you're watching from week to week.
I feel like the thing is that, I mean, every episode was in itself contained. I don't think you had as soon as you had figured out.
Well, it's
constantly going back and forth in time. Like on rewatch, it was. I'm not sure how it was my first impression. I don't know. I think I was kind of confused on my first watch as well. But like on rewatch, it seems extremely obvious to me, like how the character designs are different, how they seem older, how the color palette changes, and
how their actions have changed.
How their actions are changing, how their interactions are changing, especially like how they're talking about this happened, and like I think it actually becomes relatively obvious relatively soon that they're going back and forth in time. Like how these things are connected is an entirely different story, and I think that's something you can't really say should be explained at the start, because like the point behind Conrevo's storytelling is figuring out how they're connected. That's what the story is supposed to do. And
as well as telling either one story or one part of the story at once.
Yeah, exactly.
As a self-contained episode.
Yeah. So and I find that incredibly interesting. It's this like I haven't actually watched much of it, as I said. It's
a really interesting thing to do, but it will not win fans.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it has a really hardcore fan base within its fans, but they're not very many, sadly enough.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they could have done it a lot cleaner.
At times, I think season 1 was much more understandable. If you just remembered 2 single years, 2 numbers, the whole thing was like absolutely easy to understand, to keep track of when things happened.
I don't fucking like math.
It's not math. Literally 2 years.
You fucking saying you're saying numbers to me, and like they're just kind of going out my ass.
But yeah, season 2 was maybe it's because I've seen season 1 twice, but I think season 2 is slightly weaker in that respect.
I think it's. I completely forgot. It's important to add that we're talking about the second season now. That is the one that finished in.
I think we should talk about it in general.
Talking about both.
I think we should. I should have really.
Yeah, I mean they're both important, but we're only going to be scoring the second. Season.
Honestly, I think we should be scoring it as a whole. I think we should.
This is like reason.
It's just a split core. It's a split core series.
Okay, maybe I don't know. Because when is something when like
I mean,
when is
like
Durarara done? Okay. If maybe in that case, if it's like clearly stated to be part 1, part 2. Okay. If it's clearly stated that it's going to be a 2 seasons spread out over a gap, then sure. But something like
well, I mean, like Durarara, you have like
really
years
good,
between.
It is a really good. Yeah,
it is
exactly.
absolutely seasons.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay.
I guess the only other negative thing I can say about it is I think they pushed the main theme a little too hard at times. The whole like what is right and what is wrong. Like I felt there were parts where it got a little stale. Just because they were, I mean, it's fine. It's fine if you have a theme, but like, I feel like they could have. That and like I feel a few characters were neglected.
Not far enough into it.
I think they filled the roles. Sorry, what were you saying for the characters?
But I think they overused the.
Oh yeah, I think at the same time that the way they showed that theme kind of evolved over the series into I
don't think it evolved though. I think they just like
different people
maintained
had
the
different
theme.
conclusions.
Well, yeah.
It was a very broad theme, so I think because of that, it was fine to me.
Okay. You guys got anything burning left to say? Because we're about to head on to the 3 big meaty series.
I think we should.
So,
we got to do the R's.
Okay.
I think we could.
Yeah,
I think Conrevo is a show that once like Kyle and I have finished it, we could technically do like an episode on it or something.
I would like that.
Because I think
Kyle.
it's like if people want to join that, because
there were quite a few times there where I was going to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think it.
Yeah, Jared, if you got something to add at the end there, sure, take ahead. Yeah, go on.
Wait, what was that?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay, well, in that case,
in the moment things.
Yeah,
you can do what I started doing and just start kind of talking over people, and if they don't stop, then just immediately stop and regret everything you've done.
you could put some after tweets and be happy with some after tweets.
Yeah. The paces slow down a little bit too much, guys. We need to start talking over each other again.
In the video comments.
One thing I will say though is I think a series discussion on Conrevo might be a good idea.
Yeah.
It sounds like it does have an awful lot going on, an awful lot more going on for it than what we can talk about. Because the thing is because like only a handful of us have finished it, we can't really give it a massive amount of airtime right now. But it sounds like it probably deserves it, right?
I mean, it sounds like it. What I've seen of it.
Okay, in that case, we'll table it for now and we'll put it on the cards. But
hey guys, let's do a serious discussion on X. We've been saying for months, and we haven't done an actual serious discussion in about a year and 8 months.
You guys actually watched X?
I'm still mad that people make me watch Keziah over again, and we didn't actually talk about it.
It's okay. We actually spent about like how long saying we were going to do a Roka episode, and it just didn't happen.
Oh my god! I don't understand why you needed to rewatch it. It was like only a couple months after it finished. We could have done it at any point.
Because I had to get all those quality screen caps. You don't understand. Do you remember all the images I sent when we were watching it? I was like, this show is the most quality thing I've seen in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Just in case we don't get back to Conrevo in the future, go ahead, do your 3 hours.
I think that's just Jared, right?
Jared, I think it's just you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kyle's finished it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Kyle didn't
finish it.
He said he did it at the beginning, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jonas was like, "Oh, when me and Kyle finish it." So
I thought I heard Kyle only finish it.
Yeah, sorry,
bro. Okay, well, go on. Crack out those R's, guys. Come on. Jared, you're up.
Okay.
Oh no, Kyle. Jared's gone first every time.
I give it a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad rating.
No, it's good.
It's like I would have given it a higher rating had like I cared for how they told the story.
Yeah, it's definitely a big feature.
Yeah,
it's not something you can overlook.
Right. I would recommend it to anyone who is a big fan of old tokusatsu series or like any of the old hero shows from Japan, because like the big draw of the show is that it pretty much is a love song for all the old hero shows, like Ultraman and a lot of the old shows. But yeah, those guys, I would recommend it too. As for rewatch, probably not.
Okay, I'd rate it a 9, possibly a 10. I'm gonna rewatch it again. I feel like I don't understand it fully enough to give it a 10 yet, but I could definitely see it happening. I actually liked the time skips. I think they were done well. They told actual stories. It wasn't just random. It made it more coherent in some ways. Recommend, not to many people, very selective. It's kind of a hard thing to recommend. You need to actually pay attention. And
you've already said if you're going to rewatch it, so
I'm going to rewatch it at least once more.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Okay. So I think it's safe to say that the conversation is going to heat up a bit now because me and Jonas have seen these shows going forward. So...
Here we go.
All right, everyone, mute your mics, sit back, let's just go. Let this pan over.
Okay.
It's time to trigger some people.
Let's go Boku Hero.
Boku no Hero Academia.
Anime of the season.
Yes.
Cassie, are you stating it right now?
Yeah, that was my anime of the season.
Nice.
I only watched 3 shows.
So did I will vote as well.
I will vote for whatever is winning that is not Mayoiga.
Okay. Fuck off.
Can't rivalry.
That's rude.
Mayoiga for sure.
I might change my vote to Mayoiga then. Fuck you.
Let's not forget. Tanaka-kun has got weight.
That's true, actually.
Like,
but let's not talk about Tanaka-kun because that's Ravi's favorite, and we don't want to talk about him here.
Don't forget, I have money.
I think every time we talk about Ravi, our mic just turns to shit automatically, right?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to acknowledge his favorites. It is an unwritten rule.
To be fair, yeah, if we don't shit on Ravi's favorite pick, it's not an Anime Abroad award show, is it? Boku Hero. It's so good. It's such a wonderful series.
It's adorable.
Oh, I could talk about it for hours.
Right, let's do that then.
It's alright.
Also, yeah, Bakugo was my favorite character from last season as well.
Well, not from last season.
He is an excellent character, 100%. I absolutely love everything about that character.
I think
there's so many excellent characters there. That's the thing. It's like that show has easily got the most S tier characters this season.
I just have a thing for the characters who are like kind of like the dickheads who get put in their place, sort of thing. And just like how he was pretty much raised to be like, yeah, I'm the best. And then suddenly he gets fucking slapped in the face and he's not the best, and his childhood rival is doing shit better than him. And he's like getting dumpstered by everyone around him. It's just like, oh, I live for this.
Yeah, it's too bad he dies in Volume 6.
Hey,
Kyle? Rem's shit, go fuck yourself.
At least one of them's true.
No.
Please don't insult me, Cassie.
Civil war is happening already.
I hope Amelia wins in the end.
Well, how much money have you spent on Bakugo, Cassie?
If you give me a fig, I'll buy it. No doubt.
There is a fig.
Really? You would buy a fig for Bakugo?
There's a prize figure for Bakugo coming out.
You're gonna have to send me a link to that.
The scene where he's a kid and he goes, "Oh, I'm good at everything."
Yeah.
It's amazing. That face of his is the best. It's such a good. It explains him so perfectly.
Yeah.
I love it so much because like it's not even. I don't want to say it's not his fault, but in a sense it isn't, because like he was honestly like he grew up just like, yeah, you're the best. So of course he thinks that.
Has anyone here read the manga?
I like that a lot. No.
Yeah, I have. I'm up to date on the manga.
I was going to start it until they announced season 2, and I was like, no, I don't know. The anime experience is really, really, really fun.
Honestly, I think
it is.
the anime experience was much better than the manga experience from what we've seen so far.
See,
and
the thing is I didn't read from the beginning. I read from the end, so I can't compare.
Okay, I
cannot compare. However, what I will say though is that I would say that the manga is just as good as the anime.
I think the manga gets just as good as the anime was, but what we've covered so far was way better than the anime. The things that come up now, the hero killer arc is where Boku Hero starts shining, and like the hero killer arc is incredible, and after that it just gets better and better every time. So
yeah, it does.
For me, the reason I really like the anime and why I'm giving it anime of the season is because it gives me like this really like nostalgic feeling. I'm pretty sure I stated this before on the podcast. Like this is like when I used to get up and watch like X-Men and shit in the morning as a kid.
Oh.
Like it's that kind of feeling. Like I'm super fucking excited to watch it. That's why I like the anime and I haven't touched the manga since I heard there was going to be a season 2. Is because I want to keep that one going. Like normally I like the manga more than the anime in a lot of cases. But no, like for this is just like this is such like a childish joy that I get from watching it. And I think it's great.
I think what my feelings about like I think Boku Hero was probably the one anime that this season that made me the most emotional. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite because like
the fuck you didn't cry watching my yoga?
Wait, I tried to laugh.
There is a scene. There is an incredibly powerful scene in Kisniver that I will bring up. I mean, but that was one. Scene.
I think Kisniver made me. It's hard because I think nothing made me jump in my chair as much as Boku Hero did.
Yeah, I do this thing where when I get really excited, I tear up, and the soundtrack to Boku Hero combined with some of those scenes.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like I get to that point and I'm like super hype and I'm like crying and it's just like yes.
It's actually kind of perfect because the same composer also did Kisniver, and that happened to me there as well.
Is it really? That's a fucking talented dude.
It is the same composer. It's my favorite composer of all time.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I thought those were 2 entirely different soundtracks, too.
They are. They're super different.
Because the Kisniver soundtrack was one I wanted to talk about, because that one's really good.
It is incredible.
Ooh, so many ways. Ooh.
Yeah, and Boku Hero is really good as well. Like, that guy, he also did
a couple tracks I really liked, but overall I didn't like it as much, I guess. I don't know.
I think I like Kisniver more as well, but... he also did Haikyuu and Gundam Bird Fighters, by the way. Like, he's a super good composer. And Diabolic Lovers.
He's done a lot.
Guys, when are we group watching that?
Diabolic Lovers has a really good soundtrack, though. But
it's a great show, trust me.
Cassie, should we say when we hit 200 subs we'll do the group watch?
250.
I mean, I'm good to do it 250? Whenever.
250? Yeah, okay, 250.
Please don't make me report our own YouTube channel. Yeah, Boku Hero. I kind of felt underwhelmed. And
where are my cute maids?
I don't know.
Okay, whereabouts was it?
Just like the whole
between
thing.
The finale and episode 4.
Was it
the whole thing?
Like, I don't know whether it's because I had read the manga beforehand.
Right.
Like I don't like. I mean, I think it's just because I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You have to learn to temper your expectations when you go into watching something that you've already read. Like, I'm doing it right now with Soma. Like,
yeah.
I am not enjoying Soma anywhere near as much as I would have done if I hadn't read the manga, but I'm still watching it in a way that I can enjoy it.
Yeah, I feel the same way because, like, I didn't not enjoy Boku Hero. It's just like I already knew exactly what was going to happen. And the only negative thing I can say is they did rush a bit through basically MC's.
I actually completely disagree. I think it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, I was going to say, most people complained that it felt like it was going too slow at first.
Oh, yeah, but do you mean, are you talking about the first couple of episodes only, though, Kyle? Not the whole series?
Because I think the first couple of episodes they weren't too slow. I don't think they were too slow. I think, especially the first 3 episodes worked brilliantly with a slow pace, like slowly building up Deku's character towards, like, getting All Might's power. I think that was fantastic.
I think the entire 4 episodes leading up to him smacking the giant robot.
Yeah,
I think that the pacing in that was absolutely like
That was
it was
fantastic.
A masterpiece. Like
every that is like what I call the jump syndrome in manga, where it's the first few chapters in Jump manga always are incredibly fast because because mangaka are scared of getting cancelled and want to have as much happening as possible, so people want to read more. So it's also always like really, really unfocused and really, I don't like the word, but rushed in a way.
Shout out to the first arc of Naruto.
I was thinking the exact same thing, dude.
Shout out to the start of Soma. The first few episodes of Soma weren't good. The first few chapters of the manga weren't good either. Shout out to Assassination Classroom even. Hell, basically every Jump manga that has ever existed, outside of maybe Bakuman, because Bakuman is amazing, has had that.
Was it Jump?
Yeah, Bakuman was Jump.
Okay.
And the anime did that brilliantly by kind of pacing that into 4 episodes. It gave it so much room to breathe, and there was so much room for Deku to slowly grow, and for this desire for us to get closer to him, and for this desire to have power to actually kind of be seem more and more urgent, I guess. And that's why episodes 3 and 4 felt so rewarding, at least to me.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked it for the same reason. So everyone who said that it was going too slow, I completely disagreed, and I just I don't know.
I have to disagree.
It felt good to me.
I have to disagree because I think after that, and when we go to the school and everything, I think that's where I went too slow. I think that's where Boku Hero kind of lost me.
Really?
I didn't dislike it.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that pace. But the problem was with the format. I don't think Boku Hero shouldn't have been a one-core anime. It should not have been it. There would be I wouldn't have any problem with the pacing at all if it had more room to breathe. Because, in a longer-running anime, you want those downtime between the hype points, you know? But when that downtime is literally half the fucking series, you really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not much at all happens between episode 4 and the attack on USJ.
I think I might have enjoyed the show more if I had marathoned it, honestly. Because I think that is something you don't realize as much if you marathon the show.
Yeah.
See, that was actually something that I liked watching Boku Hero week to week. That I don't normally like watching things week to week. I thought Boku Hero felt really good to watch week to week.
Before I started watching the episode, I didn't really feel like watching it pretty much every week during the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But after a few minutes, I was super into it.
I think I can kind of agree with that.
It was All Might Smile, wasn't it? To be honest.
No, it was...
It gave you life.
I can't even remember her
Boku
name.
Hero was that balance for me where it was something that I didn't mind waiting week to week for, but the second it was out, I fucking got it and I watched it.
Yeah.
I think for me it was really weird because I never in the middle, kind of with Jared, I didn't look forward to it. I was just okay, Boku Hero exists now, I can watch it. But at the start and at the end of the show, I was really excited to get to watching it every week.
Yeah. I think when we get to the best moments category at the end of the year, I could argue that number 1 and 2 are both Boku Hero moments.
I don't think that's going to be a thing, honestly. I think, for me personally at least, we'll see, I think Kisnaiba, for example, had higher moments. Higher high points.
Oh, no, it
didn't. I think the high points for Kisnaiba were incredible.
Maybe one. There's one moment in Kisnaiba that I could agree with.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Shout out to the titty Mac moment for David.
What?
Yeah, shout out to Jack attacking the bus driver in episode
1. Top 5 anime moments of the year. I'll go to my yoga.
But they I feel and this is where I really struggle picking between Boku Hero and Flying Witch for my anime of the season, is because Flying Witch had this beautifully paced feel the whole way through.
Captivating.
Where Boku Hero had these insanely high spikes. The first 4 episodes and the final act are just some of the best mini arcs in like any anime I've seen.
Mm.
And that's I honestly feel like I feel like the final fight is one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen. And also, the first 4 episodes is one of the best first impressions.
I don't think that is. It's quite ass high for me.
I actually don't think that Boku Hero has really good first impressions, to be honest.
Really?
What?
I don't know. No,
that
I don't
first
think
episode was so strong. Well, actually, I think the second episode was the strong one.
I really liked it, but I don't know. Overall, it doesn't feel like a super strong start to me for some reason.
It's a slow start. I think it's a slow start, but it's...
Maybe that's what it is. Like, I know I liked it, but I don't see it as being a generally really good start to something that pulls everyone in.
I am looking at it in the context of the first 4 episodes, not the very first episode.
If you just look at the first episode, I think a lot of
maybe like first 2, but yeah.
I think a lot of people are
going
to
by the second, I was like, because I remember actually after the first episode came out, I was like, and Jonas was like, yeah. And then after the second episode came out, I was like, yeah!
Can we do that one for my Yoiga too? I remember the first episode, I was like, Jonas is like, yeah! Second episode, yeah! 8th episode, yeah!
That one should just get louder every time, to be honest.
Yeah. Pretty much. Also, more delirious and incoherent. To the point where she's just screaming at the wall. I feel like that's a really good representation of the Mayoiga experience.
That's how we should do our ratings from now on. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, and we should all just kind of like make a sound to voice our opinion on it.
This should be a category. This should be a category on our final at the end of the year podcast.
Moment that made you shirt the best.
Instead of giving Mayoiga a rating this season, I'm going to drive a bus into a school. That's how
How many? 1 to 10.
We'll have to see how many I hit when we go.
You'll have the Sad Hippo song blaring in the background.
Yeah. Singing it.
Oh my god.
Hippopotamasu.
Stop.
We should all learn that song and sing along with it. That could be one of our funny videos. We'll all just do a let's sing.
Well, no, we'll make that.
That should be a podcast intro.
Yeah, we'll make that the intro.
Oh my god! Actually, yes.
All in favor, say aye.
That'll be 300 subs.
Maybe.
when we get the silver.
Except nobody actually wants that.
We want it, and that's what matters, damn it. Two things we need to talk about before we finish Boku Hero. Firstly, All Might.
All Might's fantastic.
Yes. All Might is the reason I get up in the morning.
he's such a fucking good character. Yeah. Like, it genuinely makes me emotional thinking about how good All Might is. Like, especially in the context of shonen manga.
You know how I dislike perfect characters? He's so perfect, I go all the way back around and I go, nah, I love this man.
The thing is,
perfect because he's flawed.
Yeah, exactly.
He seems perfect, but he isn't. And that's, like, what makes him so good to me.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, I think Deku is a stronger character than All Might. Like, it's... And I think All Might thinks that as well. Yeah, I mean, like, it generally is an interesting dynamic where the student is like a stronger person than All Might, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Deku's weaknesses are things like brashness and not thinking things through and kind of putting himself at risk. They're not the more existential problems that All Might has. You know, of confidence and self-worth.
It goes into...
I don't know if confidence is really his problem.
Maybe not confidence. It
goes into it where...
confidence was me saying self-worth wrong.
All Might, near the beginning of the story is in a slump because, he's losing faith in, like, basically the youth of humanity, whilst also losing faith in himself. And then you have Deku, which is just completely is a shining beacon to All Might.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Deku saves All Might in the same way that All Might saves me.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see, like, an arc where, like, before All Might takes that fatal wound or whatever, and, like, just showing his transition to realizing, like, Oh, shit. Like, I want to know what he was like before that, because he couldn't have been as humble.
I wonder if it...
Probably not. That's a really good point. I think that wound probably would have been a really humbling experience.
I would love to see that arc.
Did they mention that? Did they mention how many people there were beforehand? Oh, no, wait, they didn't. That's the one thing they...
No, I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't go into, like, the all for one...
The predecessors.
All for one ability as much as the manga did.
Not in the anime, at least.
Okay. The second thing we need to address is Deku's mum.
Oh, yes.
The best.
I love her so much.
Oh my god. I just can't, I can't handle it.
No, wait. The real question here is she better than Satoru's mom?
No.
Ooh.
Yes.
I say no.
Ooh.
It's like Satoru's mum is a character.
She's a good person.
Deku's mum is an icon.
She's got some great lips.
No, I like Satoru's mom better. I like Bokuhiro more than Erase, but I definitely like Satoru's mom better. She was that mom who knew exactly what was going on, but didn't really show it, and she just kind of acted on it.
Yeah.
Whereas, Bokuhiro mom is just mums. Yeah, it's a good year for mums.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just super supportive, and just it was really cute to watch her, but that was about it. I love her, but I think Satoru's mom was better.
When Satoru's mum cries, I cry.
I don't blame you.
Also, what I can't remember which episode it was. It was maybe the fifth or so at the very end when he came out of that door and Midori smiled. I was just that was the smile, and I was like, oh my god. Screen capped it 80 times and saved it, and I was like, this is what I live for. It was the best smile I've ever seen.
Yeah. Also, I don't think Deku is on the same tier as Bakugo and All Might, but he is a fucking phenomenal main character for a shonen.
Yeah.
I just want to
I like him.
out.
He
like
works
him a lot.
really well. But yeah.
If you compare him to the standard shonen protagonist, the best we can ask for usually is things like Soma, and I'd even say Natsu to a degree. I do think that shonen protagonists are getting a lot better from the days of Naruto and Ichigo.
Definitely. I mean,
and Luffy to a degree as well.
Yeah, let's not go into that.
Don't you're gonna fucking say something. You're hanging, Jonas.
I disagree with you, but
I'm not sure what to say. I agree that they're getting better. I had a thought in my mind, but I kind of lost it. Sorry. So
okay. Well, let's crack on to the R's, and we've got a lot of R's to give. So I think we're just gonna go
make it quick, am I right?
because there's 5 of us have seen of it.
Yeah,
it's there's 15 R's. So we're just gonna give them. We're not gonna justify them. Okay. So I'll give my example. Bokuhiro gets a 9 out of 10. I would recommend it, and I will not rewatch it.
What the fuck? You gave it a 9 out of 10 and you won't rewatch it? Like hell, I'm not questioning that.
Yo, he's already read it as well.
Yeah, that's the reason why. I might have rewatched it if I hadn't read the manga.
That sounds so weird to me. Okay. I'm gonna give my 3 R's next since I spoke up. 8 out of 10. Would recommend. Will rewatch.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go last because I do need to justify
I'll see ya.
Okay. Okay, Kyle.
Yes.
What's your R's?
Yes.
That was pretty much my answer as well. Yes.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'd recommend it to people. Will not rewatch.
Okay. Jared?
8. Yes. Maybe.
Okay, cool. Jonas?
Right, okay, I'm going to give, as much as I praise, I'm going to give Bokuhiro a weak 8 or strong 7.
Okay. So weak 8.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Because I don't, in the end, Bokuhiro, as much as I enjoyed it while watching, it doesn't stick with me.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to kind of retroactively...
Man, I feel like my 8 and your 8 are 2 entirely different things, because I gave it an 8 and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
you
loved
have
it.
to kind of retroactively...
I loved it while...
You have to retroactively give back that what reading the manga takes out of it, you have to try and give back when you give it the rating, because it's not the show's fault that you read the manga. You know,
it's still my experience with it, and I think my experience is what I base my ratings off. So I think that
this is why everything that we do is flawed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have we ever said that our rating system was
and then
good?
We judge. We doubt ourselves in if we should or not.
Yeah. Okay. Kisniver.
Wait, did he recommend and rewatch it?
No.
Oh, did you not?
I haven't rewatched it now.
Whoops.
Slow down. All right.
I'm gonna recommend it to everyone that likes shonen. If you've ever enjoyed shonen manga or shonen anime, I recommend Boku Hero to you. It's a really good shonen example for a shonen.
If you like superheroes.
Yeah, superheroes as well.
Yes. Boku Hero is a love letter to superheroes in a way
adorable.
that even...
It's One Punch Man.
In a way that
even
good. One... Yeah, exactly. Like, shut up! One Punch Man...
Bad warning, Jonas.
They do very similar things, though.
They do very similar things. I just don't like One Punch Man.
Their superhero meta-narrative.
It's the superhero meta-narrative, but Boku Hero actually has personality to it. While One Punch Man doesn't.
I mean, One Punch Man has personality in its thing, and that personality is snark.
Static.
Yeah, but like, I don't like One Punch Man a lot, so yeah.
Well, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, and rewatch
Kisniver. Oh, fuck, just get it out. God damn it.
Jesus.
Fucking Jonas.
It depends entirely on how season 2
when that
turns
Banshee
out.
dies, Kyle goes.
If season 2 is fantastic, I'd probably rewatch it. If not, then probably not.
Cool.
Alright.
Mayorga.
Kisniver.
Yes. No, it's Kisniver.
Alright, so I thought I made good notes for Kisniver, but like most of the notes that I think I make while I'm really drunk, they're not that good. I'm just gonna link you right now.
I did that too, actually, with Tonkatsu DJ.
And I remember like thinking so many thoughts and being like, I have so much to talk about with Kisniver, and now it's like 2 months after the fact, and this is what I have to deal with. I'm almost there, hold on. I'm just disappointed in myself.
Oh, rum.
I don't drink rum. I don't like rum a whole lot.
Really? In that case, I should be rum, because that's what I drink.
Oh, yeah, I don't like sweet alcohol.
No, I want to be rim, though. I don't think rim suits you, Cassie.
After your definition, probably not. All right.
Hey, I never defined, I alluded. Oh, whatever. I'm going to start talking about Kisniver while Cassie...
I got it.
Okay.
This is actually... The fact that you can read the characters is better than my Bakumatsu Rock review.
What the fuck did you just say about me?
Of literal scribbles. But yeah, this is me.
Oh,
this is me writing about Kisniver. I didn't even put the paper straight. I just wrote on it.
Soundtrack, tick. Characters, tick. DEA, tick.
Idea.
What's this? Oh, idea, tick. I didn't see the eye. Oh my god.
Good idea.
These are new R's, soundtrack, characters, and idea. Oh my god. Execution cross? Oh,
I didn't like the execution of it.
This is your review.
Cassie, what's that doodle? What's that doodle in the top?
I don't know.
Did you say hi, Sonic?
It looks like that S everyone draws, but you fucked it up and just filled in the middle with some scribbles.
Oh my god.
Why is your handwriting so much better when you weren't writing about Kisniver?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't drunk.
Okay, let's actually talk about Kisniver and not Cassie's disturbing
Can't even
notes.
read this.
Man, you should see my writing. It's not legible.
If there's one thing I can say about Kisniver, it is that its idea is tick. For sure.
That idea gets the Cassie tick of approval.
Like when I
like not premise or anything, just the idea. Oh my god.
Oh man.
All right, I'll go ahead and talk about Kisniver.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay, yeah,
what does it say here?
Save the podcast.
The sand track was really good. Well, as it usually is for most Trigger stuff, I think. To start off, I'll just start with the negative things I have to say about it.
That's not a bad idea.
I feel like by the end of the series, I was left wanting more.
I would agree with that.
Because
definitely, I would agree.
Like, I'm not saying
I disagree.
I'm not going to say I'm not saying it felt rushed. I feel
it did, but it wrapped up really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it wrapped up well.
No,
but
I disagree.
Like it wrapped up, but
There's one thing that you're not thinking of.
It left me kind of feeling I really wanted more from this series than what it gave me. Like,
yeah,
because
I can say why. I can say exactly. I can say exactly why.
For me, I thought that it felt rushed in a lot of ways, but it didn't leave me wanting more because I thought the wrap-up was excellent.
Yeah.
I thought it wrapped itself up really, really well.
I think
I did as well.
Like, I wanted more, but I'm okay with that being it. Like, I don't feel like I need more at this
I
point.
wanted to see a lot more interaction between them as a group.
Like, I don't know. I don't think 12 episodes was enough for that, so I kind of understand that.
I feel like
I feel this
I think more episodes would have really
damaged better if they had stretched it.
I think more episodes would have been excellent because Hisomu got literally zero fucking development. He was a gay character the entire fucking series.
I think the problem that Kisniver was facing wasn't in his characters. I think that's like the furthest it's away from its problems.
Yeah.
The problem Kisniver was facing was its storyline that was not interesting in the slightest. A longer series would have had Kisniver have more time that would have been needed to fill, and that time would likely not have been more character interactions. It would have been more story, and the story is by far the least interesting part of Kisniver. I think every single high point that Kisniver had, and I think Kisniver's high points were my high points of the season. Every single high point was not based around his characters. It was based around the story. It was based around the characters. And I think more story and more about like the background of like what Kisniver is, what the Kisniver system is, etc., would have been extremely bad for the series because that's not what I'm here for.
See, I felt like my biggest problem with the series, which is why I think it would have been better with more time, is that the emotional connections felt way too quick. I absolutely hate an anime when characters just click too fast. I kind of understand it with Kisniver. Like, I did love Kisniver. But I still hate it. I hate it when characters just instantly connect and they act like it's just like an immediate thing. Yeah, okay, go on.
I'm gonna fix Kisniver. What Kisniver needed was way more time between them. That scene where the Itai scene, you know what I mean, where they're all in the fucking dirt and it's raining. They needed way more time between that moment and the moment they turned the Kisniver system off.
Well, as soon as he said you only have the summer, I was like, I'm not going to get what I want. But,
they could have done so much more with that whole like Kisna plot point, and they could have developed those characters way further and taken that idea way further than they did. That's where I feel like Kisniver was rushed.
I think that would have taken the show from a 7 out of 10 to a 9 or 10 out of 10 for me if they would have taken more time to get these characters to actually know each other.
I feel like they should have gotten to the point where they were feeling, because where did they get up to? They started hearing each other's thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was like later on. Like even before that, it was almost like they were trying to force each other to be friends with each other. It was like, man, I guess we better do this because we're Kisnivers.
I mean, that was kind of the point of the show, wasn't it? That was the point. The point is that
which is why
they were like the Kisniver system was trying to force them to be friends. And the end point of Kisniver is that you can't do that. Like that's one of the main themes of the show, isn't it?
Except it did work.
I do have to
that's
say
the whole point. Jonas, is that it works.
The thing is, they're not. The thing is that they didn't become friends because...
But it did make them...
The thing is that...
They became friends
No,
because
they
of the
definitely
Kisner
needed
system.
it. If they didn't have that, they never would have become friends.
Yeah, but the thing is, they would have
need it afterwards,
they would have
is my point.
needed the Kisniver to become friends. If they had talked to each other, they would have become friends regardless. The Kisniver was
No, I don't think so. I definitely disagree.
Not the way those characters existed.
Those characters would not have
They
been
were
friends.
expressly shown at the start of the show to be extremely different from each other.
They even mentioned
and
they even mentioned in the
was to
anime
show
that they would not have
make
become
different
friends.
people get along.
They
Were
are
it not
very
for the
different from
Kisniver system.
another, and like they wouldn't have talked to each other otherwise. I agree with that, and I think that's a valid point. But I do think that they would have been able to be friends if they had talked to each other. Like the point of the show is not that,
and that's what the Kisner system did. It made them talk to each other. It brought them together.
That doesn't necessarily need to be the Kisner system. Like basically everything else could have been there.
This anime
like
is called
everything, every other
Kisniver.
plot point, every other possible plot point could have been replacing the Kisner system. And
See, I disagree.
That's what the Kisner system was, though.
See, I think the Kisner system is showing that you only identify with other people that you wouldn't normally get along with if you literally share their pain. That's what I took that as.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think they would have been friends in any other foreseeable thing.
Well, the whole
Kisner system forced them to empathize with each other.
That's the whole
reason why
premise of the
pretty much
show
forced the
right
friendship.
there is the forced coalition of these people. But then, there's that one scene in the end which is I thought was a little silly. I mean, silly in a way that was just all right. It's when I think it was Tanga who was saying it's like.
Uh-oh, did Kyle's headset die? Is he gone?
Oh god, no.
All right, we're still good. We're still good.
Oh, fucking
holy shit.
Niall, leave that in.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna leave that in.
All right, yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Guys charging for Wi-Fi now.
But yeah, the part where Tenga is like, my heart is hurting, like we're just connected to the Kisna system. And it's like,
a lot of people did that.
Are these real feelings? But yeah,
I didn't catch that.
No, the part
it was right at the end.
It was right at the end where
they were connected even without the Kisna system.
Well, like they were just literally having real feelings and like realizing it.
That is kind of like what I mean.
See, like
this
that's
emotion.
part of what Jonas mentioned it earlier, and I agree as well. Is that Kisniver is the exact fucking opposite of subtle. It was super obvious.
It was an incredibly obvious.
Everything it was saying it was doing. It was like, wow.
It was visually subtle, but not thematically.
I mean,
subtle.
it's a Mario Kart show. Mario Kart isn't exactly the most subtle person. I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing.
No,
I'm still upset that people did not realize that Nico liked Tenga until like it was literally stated.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you not pick up on all of that? I remember like bringing this up. I think we actually talked about it in the previous episode, and I was like, no.
I argued with people on Twitter about it as well.
Yeah, and I was like, it was super obvious, like especially that scene where he was giving Chidori attention, and she like pissed off.
I would not call it obvious.
I would call that obvious.
I didn't catch that. Honestly, I didn't catch it either. I found that one of the main complaints of this show, honestly, because. I mean, I agree that a lot of the characters...
I thought that pairing was as obvious as, as many of, as Tenga and Chidori. Tenga to Chidori was as obvious as...
Well,
I thought Tenga
it's
to Chidori
okay.
was
For everyone
way
who
more
was
obvious.
slow, they literally spelled it out in an episode and went, all right, so here are the ships. All right, so we got this guy likes this girl, this girl likes this guy.
The people that didn't pick up on it got super butthurt.
I want to see an OVA with Nico, like centered around Nico and Hisomu on their first date.
No. You had me at... You had me at...
I would
Nico,
like an OVA explaining Hisomu at all, because that was the most neglected character I've ever seen in my life, and I'm super mad about it.
Father?
I think he works, honestly.
What?
I mean, Hisomu isn't necessarily... He's not a fleshed out... He's not an incredibly fleshed out character. But I think for what he is in the show, he works well.
He's the weakest member of the cast.
He is. Like, as soon as he was introduced, I said, I love him. I hope he's not a gag character. And that's pretty much all he amounted to be.
Kind of, yeah.
And then you
if he wasn't being a
Tango.
Like, he's probably one of my least favorite characters out of the main cast, just because he just didn't get any attention.
If he's not being like a masochist gag, then he's giving sage advice that he has no business really giving.
Okay, I just completely cut out, like, what did you say? I was hearing like...
we're shitting on Hisomu.
I just said I'm glad I didn't pre-order the Hisomu body pillow.
I honestly think he was far from my favourite character, but I think he worked for what he was.
I think ranking the characters, I would rank him and is it Sonozaki, the blue-haired girl? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Those two the lowest.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I don't think he's...
By a margin.
I thought for sure he was one of the original kids. Like, I was so bent on that idea, and it made so much sense at so many points.
That makes so much sense.
It did, and I thought, like, I'd been, like, betting on that since, like, halfway through the series, and I thought there was going to be, like, a big revelation, and, like, because he was in cahoots with Sonozaki the entire time, because, like, he was talking to her alone, separate from everyone else at the beginning.
Yeah.
But no, nothing came of it.
You just broke a little bit of Kids Neither for me because that's such a better ending.
See, that's why I'm so upset over what his character was. Is because it could have been so much more.
Be so much better. Oh my god. I'm actually a little upset now.
I'm glad you shared this with me because it was like, what? That's it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's always when someone points out an ending that's way fucking better.
There was even the kid with the bowl cut and purple hair in the photos that I was like screen capping, and I was like, "That's him. That's Hisomu. I got it." It wasn't.
I mean, it might have been, but yeah, if he was like intentionally cutting himself and breaking his bones so he could feel what little pain he could,
and he had the bandages that could have been covering the original scar from the original Kisniver experiment. It made so much sense.
It makes so much sense. You're right. Oh my god. What I was gonna say. Okay, let's talk about the high points.
Okay.
For me, the high points, the two high points are the scene in the rain.
Episode 6.
Yeah, and also when Katsuhira finds the like shell people.
Yeah, I think the soundtrack at that
kids.
scene was incredible.
Okay,
also,
my favorite point in the soundtrack. Can I just say, there's that point, I think it's Nico and Maki. Mm-hmm. They meet in the rain. And the music, it plays somewhere else too. I can't remember where. It sounds like it's being played in reverse. It's the most unnerving music. I swear to God. I don't know if you guys remember it.
I don't remember it now.
It's so good for that scene because it makes you feel really uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And the conversation is as well. That was one of the high points of the soundtrack for me that I really wanted to bring up.
Yeah, I think...
But no one else here knows it.
I think what Kisniver shines at is... not necessarily the way it tells its story. I think, like, a lot of it, the way it tells its story, in terms of, like, writing and stuff, you know what I mean, isn't necessarily the greatest, but I think in its technical aspects, Kisniver is incredible. The soundtrack is...
Visually, especially.
The soundtrack is one of my favourite soundtracks in a while, and the
It's great.
No, I'm still here.
Wait, Kyle, did you just fucking... Are you trolling us, like, in the middle of the conversation? What?
No, like...
Are you actually driving?
Like, there's no reason for me to be here. I can just drive to the shop.
Oh, okay. Don't crash.
Podcasting on the go, what the fuck? 2016 is a wonderful time.
I have to go to my Omega anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Like, you're right.
All right.
Okay, technical aspects, visual and
the
audio.
visuals were absolutely gorgeous.
I want to say a few things about Kisniver.
Okay.
Oh god.
Sonozaki is best girl.
No.
Wow.
No.
Absolutely wrong.
You go...
Mackie.
Cal, tell me that's a bait.
No, you all can just go
my God.
fuck yourselves because Team Blue wins
Tell me
this
that's
round.
a bait, Kyle.
It's not.
Team Blue...
Is that not a...
every
Jared,
episode.
no.
Team Blue wins every round.
When are we...
She should have jumped.
Fuck Maki, fuck Nico, fuck Chidori.
Maki.
Kyle, where's the next
All right,
tree?
you guys
Please
argue
drive
this
into
for
it.
about a minute while I go to the washroom, because holy shit, I can't even.
You're gonna go throw up.
To be fair, though, on the download, the best character is Yuta. I think we all need
Nico
to...
is the best.
Or
I fucking love Nico. So.
Like, on the surface, Nico is the best, but when you sit down and you take stock of what really matters, Yuta is so perfect.
I think it just
I love Nico way too much, I'm sorry. But
It felt
Yeah.
it felt a lot better when I did it for Sonozaki.
Well,
silence.
Kyle, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. That's all I can say.
He's wrong a lot of times. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's right about. To be fair, he's right about Rem, but not about this.
Wait.
I mean,
No,
Rem is
no,
best
he's
girl.
not.
She's me after all.
No,
so.
Ram.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
I mean, the only two other two girls in ReZero that have that honor of being like contenders are Beatrice and Fel.
Beatrice
rest
is
are kinda
best
shit.
ReZero girl. I just got back, but I love Beatrice.
Yeah, she is good, isn't she?
She is good.
I know. No, she's actually my favorite character in the entire thing.
I
so
didn't
far.
realize this was the Autism Abroad podcast.
You
Wait,
didn't
You
realize?
joined us and you didn't know that?
That's literally the reason we got you to join.
We were like, wow, who's the most autistic Saber fan in the world? Let's invite
I
him.
thought you guys wanted an outside
I think
opinion.
he's the second.
Oh my god. Alright, okay, Kisniver. Yeah, visually it looks. I mean, what more is there to say other than it looks and sounds absolutely phenomenal?
I think
It's
it's
probably
one of
the
the
best
best
animated
animated
It
video.
looking and
I've ever
sounding
seen.
absolutely phenomenal was one of the main reasons I liked it so much, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
I really
its
like the
visuals were a
highlighting.
big part of why I liked it over Boku Hero.
Yeah, no, the visuals
I
were
was
amazing.
I was similarly invested in both of them.
Sasuga trigger.
and-
Jonas.
Can we also
Jonas.
like all agree that Yuta is like the unexpected best boy?
Oh, wow.
Like-
Yeah, I
We literally
literally
just
said
talked
that.
about that.
Yeah, it's nice, Cassie. I said the
Okay.
exact same thing.
I
I said
told you I was
Yuta
going
is
to the
on-
washroom, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
Yuta on
he
the
was
download
just a
is the best
character that
character.
was sort of like, I know he's going to get better, but and then it's like, holy hot damn, did he ever get better?
He's so good. I love him. Him and Maki give me so much
Yeah.
life. Like I would watch.
love
That's the
those
spin-off
two.
I would watch. Yeah, that's the spin-off I would watch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Oh.
Jonas, UFO season 2 is next season,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
2016
Yeah.
anime. In that case, I think the best looking anime of the year is going to be really interesting.
It is most likely going to be UFO for me. I don't think.
I see. The thing is, if it looks the same as season 1, I'm going to have a really hard time picking between that and Kisniver.
I think Kisniver
I
is
feel like-
more flashy than UFO. Kisniver has more
Yeah.
of the gorgeous. has
Yeah,
more
from
of
what
the,
I've seen of UFO, I would still pick Kisniver just because I like Kisniver's style more, not necessarily.
Kisniver has style. UFO has beauty.
yeah, UFO has a lot of like. UFO is more like even more so subtly beautiful than Kisniver.
Yeah, but I don't think Kisniver is subtly beautiful.
I think in its
it's-
visuals, it kind of is at points. Actually,
See,
no,
when I
it's
think
not,
of
it's not.
Kisniver at its peak, I think of these like the
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right,
of
you're
lighting.
right.
I think of
Yeah,
color
the
and
highlighting, especially.
The thing about UFO
Oh
is
my
God,
just
the
like
highlighting's
UFO is incredible in its details, like the constant shots of like legs and expressing character emotions through them.
Yeah,
Legs are good.
Legs. I like it. That's the first thing you bring up.
legs.
No, that's
Constant shots of
important.
legs.
that's really the case. Like one of the co-directors, Naoki Yamada, the woman I talk about constantly, she
Yeah.
loves feet, like a lot.
Okay.
And she
Actually,
focuses
there are
on them
quite a
so
lot of
much.
shots of feet.
Yeah,
Now
Tamako
that I think about it.
has so many feet shots. It's amazing.
We can't talk about UFO. That's next recording.
Tomorrow.
But no, like Kisniver, I just adore the way
Yeah,
it looks.
same.
I think it's so striking, and I've seen anime that look like UFO. I've never seen anime that look like
Yep.
Kisniver.
I've not seen another
Yeah,
show that looks like.
I think the visuals are
Character
the
designs
strongest
as well.
part of Kisniver.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I disagree that I've seen shows that look as. Actually, there are shows that look like UFO, but they're mostly just.
There are
other
shows that look
Naoki
similar.
Yamada
I don't think
shows.
there's as many.
Similar.
I don't think there's many shows that look as good as UFO, but there's shows that look similar.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I
go watch a
disagree.
Korean
I disagree. I
show.
think the only thing that actually looks similar to UFO that I've seen so far is Tamako Love Story. And that's because it's by Naoki
Euphonium is
Yamada.
just like every other Kyoani.
There's so many subtle
I watched
differences.
one episode. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, so you're allowed to
It's
say
just
that.
another. It's just another Phantom World.
we would be remiss. We would be remiss to talk about if we didn't talk about the OP.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Good point.
I
forgot
still say it.
about that.
I still say it. I still stand by
I would
it.
sing it now, but
That
I'm too
is
bad
the
at singing.
best OP I have ever seen.
I,
It's
It is
really
the best.
good.
It's the number one
it's
OP.
probably not my favorite,
I-
but it's up there at least. It's definitely one of my favorites.
I think
I told Tom he was overreacting, but then the next day I remember getting drunk and I sat down and I pulled that OP up, full screened it, and I watched it for an hour and a half straight. So I'm like, oh man.
I think the last season it was definitely Redo. Redo was my favorite OP.
I think my favorite OP is probably The Perfect Insider. I love that OP so much.
Oh, I love it
No,
too.
the Kisniver one was so strong. Fuck you guys.
but Perfect Insider has so much style in it, and like there's so much fun.
It showed the characters so perfectly. The visuals were so good. It was
But so does Perfect
Jonas
Insider.
bringing up style in the discussion featuring the Kisniver OP.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
The thing is, the Perfect Kisniver opening feels very similar in what it's trying to do to compare to the.
You say trying like it didn't achieve everything perfectly.
It didn't. That's the thing.
Can we talk about the character shots and the triangles and how perfect each one of them is and how well animated each one of them is? Like,
Tom, when we fight for best OP of the year at the end of the year, I'm with you.
there's not going to be a fight.
That's not going to be a fight. No.
There's no fight there.
Well, you'll have to
By
fight.
the way, you should watch it sped up.
Like, I think the only other OP I would even, like, remotely say stands a chance, which
animation.
doesn't, is, again, the Dimension W. Yeah,
I wanted that.
that's what that
I
anime was called,
I
right?
wouldn't put on.
Oh, Dimension
It was
W.
really
Yeah,
good,
Dimension W is good. Also, shout out to Mob Psycho 100's
Yes.
OP.
I haven't.
I'm so salty about Mob Psycho, but I'm going to save that for the actual podcast,
Yeah.
talking about the next season.
Yeah, but Cassie, what do you think about the OP though?
It like the rest of the anime, I guess, is stylish. It looks really good. Wow, that's it. That's all it has going for
That's
it.
all. That's all the OP needs to be though. Jared really likes Mob
If you
Psycho,
try
so
and
that's going
tell
to be
me that Mob
interesting.
Psycho 100 has a fucking plot that's interesting, go fuck yourself.
No, fuck you.
I think Mob Psycho has so much interesting things going on, but I just can't get myself to care about it.
I told you I was going to save it.
We don't have time for these tangents. Okay, let's
We're doing a
wrap up
podcast that
Kisniver.
features Mayoiga, and the tangents don't feature Mayoiga. What is happening?
It's
Mayoiga?
We've gone on so many Mayoiga tangents this podcast. This
We need like a
episode.
Mayoiga jar.
it's no
like a
Ray
swear
Zero,
jar.
please.
You guys
That's
need
the
that.
Nile Fund. Every time
We-
someone mentions
we-
Mayoiga, you put $1 into it and it goes to Nile.
we actually couldn't do that to Jonas. He wouldn't be able to go to Japan.
True.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any last thing we want to talk about with
I'm pretty sure there is, but I can't think of
let me
it.
double check my notes here real quick.
That's honestly that is the
Oh no, there's actually one thing I did want to
Is it
say.
the idea?
Those outfits that they were wearing in the last episode were fucking top tier.
The outfits in general were super good.
all of the outfits
Yeah.
were great.
Yeah, but especially the ones at the end. I remember the change for the camping trip and that, but the outfits they were all wearing at the end, I was in love with. They were so good.
Shout out the pink-haired guy and red-haired girl's outfits were on point
Yeah.
at all times.
That's
At
'cause they're
all
best
times,
guy
they
and
were
best
on
girl.
point.
No,
Really, redhead girl?
No,
Not Nico?
Nika is best girl.
not Mackie.
I loved Nico, but I liked her so much. But
They're also.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Cassie!
It's not the time.
can we just make
Cassie,
that the background for the entire Mayoiga discussion?
No. Cassie's starting to link my Oga memes.
Every time I see that image, I just think of me and Jonas derailing everything with Mayoiga. And
God.
yeah, sorry.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, it is the fundamental flaw with these, especially when we watch a lot of stuff in one season, is that there really isn't enough time to talk about everything with the amount of time it deserves. So we just have to like skim over the most important details.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's we're just gonna have to crack the whip because we've got
I don't know.
Mayoiga and picking our anime of the season left to
Picking
go.
your anime
See,
of the
I'm
I
trying to keep
prefer
this
this
under.
to dragging things on and having the kind of like lull and silence where people are going, shit, what was it? Want to mention again?
The thing is though is when we do in-depth discussions, that's when we take notes and bring our notes with us.
Yeah.
Like this is all off the top of our heads, so that's why we
Jared,
might
I'm not
miss stuff.
faulting you at all.
Cassie, please don't-
Just
please don't-
learn to yell over people.
Cassie, please don't drink during notes for actual serious discussions.
Please don't what?
Please don't drink for notes for actual serious discussions.
Keep your notes sober, please. I mean, but keep the idea checkbox though, just in case.
I wish I still had the picture of my Bakamatsu rock. notes because, like, you saw me writing in a straight line, and then at the very end, it started just curving up and across the page, and I was just writing straight up the margins for like the last half of the paper.
Okay. All right, let's get to the R's, guys.
Okay.
Let's get to the R's.
Oh, okay.
Jonas.
I'll rate it a strong 8. For as much as Mayoiga is flawed and Kisnaiva is flawed.
Please.
I think Kisnaiva has a lot of things it did wrong, and a lot of things. There were a bunch of things I didn't like about it. But in the end, I think what Kisnaiva did is like it felt personal to me, and like it's something that stuck with me somehow.
Welcome to Crossange.
Tom, can you stop like linking your shit taste in every single episode?
It's my meme. I can't stop. Crossange is my Mayoiga.
But yeah, it's like Kisnaiva is somehow something that actually kind of stuck with me. The one thing that I actually loved about last season, outside of Mayoiga, which we're going to talk about in a bit.
Is it because you were a little girl with a lesbian lover?
Yeah, exactly. That is the exact reason.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Same.
But yeah, I'm going to give it a strong 8 out of 10.
Is this the new rating system? A strong and a weak number rating?
I like doing that.
No, it's just Jonas. Jonas needs.
I need special
Jonas needs
treatment.
to. Everything Jonas does, he needs to add a flourish.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to take it that
You
extra
said I
mile.
couldn't give a 9.2.
Yeah, just
Well,
call
Jonas,
it a week
Jonas
9.
is figuring. Yeah.
I'm avoiding giving it 9.2 because I make it like more ambiguous. But yeah,
It's
No,
too
that's a
specific.
straight rating.
Jonas, you need to fucking get your R's online, dude. This is crazy. You take longer than the rest of us combined to put your fucking R's
all
together.
right.
Would you
I
recommend
recommend
it?
it. Yeah. I think it's worth watching.
Okay, would you rewatch it?
And I will most likely rewatch it at some point.
Okay, there we go. Jared.
Okay, a 7. I would recommend it, and maybe rewatch it at some point.
Okay.
Especially for visuals.
Yeah, especially visual.
Yeah, sure. 7. Would recommend it, wouldn't rewatch it. Cassie?
7 out of 10. It depends on the person on whether or not I would recommend it. Because honestly, I don't know. Like, people I've recommended anime to, I wouldn't recommend it to at all because they would just not care. Rewatch. Yeah, it's something I would definitely want to rewatch. Again, like what Jared said, visuals. Like, it was a treat to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. And Kyle, have you reached your destination?
I'm gonna give it an 862 points. I will recommend it to everyone who wants a nice drama series. And
Melodrama especially.
What is happening?
I think he finally arrived at the shop and has someone else recording for him now.
This is the kebab man talking now.
Kyle is gone. I am Mr. Kebab.
I'll rewatch it down the road sometime.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Alright, Captain Kebab, do you want to introduce our next series review?
I think Kyle should start.
Alrighty.
Kyle, what do you think about Mayoiga?
All the wrong things.
Also, what did you think about my yoga
Let me pull up my notes.
beforehand?
I believe Mayoga was silly. It was. I had fun watching it. I did have fun watching it. I just love to hate it. Poorly written characters all around. The main character
Jonas is vibrating.
The main character is.
I can hear the triggering in the fucking distant past.
The main character
trying
is so
to
poorly
contain
written
myself right
that
now.
I have to assume that they purposefully made him as unoriginal as possible, which I'm sure that's the actual case.
Can we ask the big question?
Oh,
Was
God.
Mayoiga a comedy?
All
Partially,
right.
yes.
we will go into all of that.
While I think their intention is to make it a comedy, I'd like to think that they were trying to go for something serious. And then somewhere,
Really? How?
listen.
You'd like to think it.
I'd like to think that they started this series on a serious note, but then realized how stupid it was, and then instantly just kind of steered production into a different direction about 2 episodes in.
I mean, that's not really possible.
Yeah, that's...
In terms of
Some
anime
weird
production,
time
that would
constraints.
completely ruin every kind of schedule. Like,
Yeah,
the anime would have probably not even aired then.
Would have had at least 2 suicides.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a bad joke. That was
Which
really
is
bad.
2 more deaths than actually happened in Mayoiga.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely loved Mayoiga if it were more serious. If it had been serious.
See, and I think that's why I liked Mayoiga, because if it were serious, it would have done a fucking piss poor job of being
The thing about Mayoiga is, it was serious at points.
Yeah, the worst points.
No, I don't think so.
No, they were definitely the worst
I don't even think
points.
so.
Oh, man,
Well,
do you
no,
guys
because
remember-
every
do you guys
time-
remember the-
every single time
I measured
that
Mayoiga's
they tried to be
value in the
serious.
fun I was having with it.
Every single time they tried to be serious, they would end it with a joke, with something stupid. Every single time they tried to be serious.
The bus driver arc didn't have any joke at the end. The bus driver arc, I think, for me at least.
Really? Because him,
Yeah, I don't think so.
crashing the fucking scene, twice?
No.
Well,
That was comedy, my friend.
I don't mean that. I mean
couldn't-
him.
Burn the witch!
His dead kid.
I could not stop laughing every time the bus driver's daughter shows up.
Same.
I think the bus driver reuniting with his daughter in the end was actually kind of moving.
That was the
That was
closest thing to a touching
hilarious.
moment, but it was not as touching as it would have been in any serious show.
I mean,
like,
obviously, yeah, but
it
I
was-
think
it was
the fact
Daddy,
that
I'm a ghost. I'm
because-
not real, Daddy. I'm still
I think
dead.
the fact I think the fact that the show still kind of managed to pull off a coherent ending for that arc, that kind of shows already. I don't know. I think that's really fucking impressive. That the bus driver of all people had an actual coherent ending to his arc.
I just thought it was hilarious every time he started. Every time he interacted with his daughter.
I mean, parts, but I think that last part of him.
The first time she popped up, it spooked the shit out of me, because it just kind of popped up. It was like the first time in episode 3, with that 3D eyeball in the bush. I jumped. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think that was never mentioned again.
I like comparing Mayoiga.
That was like a jump scare, honestly. I scare really easily, but that fucking spooked me, along with the kid popping around the tree at that one point. Oh.
I like comparing Mayoiga with Kabaneri because both anime were always stupid. Were stupid from the beginning to the end, but they were fun to watch.
One is intentionally.
Also, that's
so.
another thing.
good, though.
I don't think I would have liked Mayoiga as much if I didn't watch it week to week and have the week-long break between episodes to discuss it with people.
I agree. I think one of my main...
I can attest to that. Watching a few episodes at a time to catch up is painful. Mayoiga has moments of brilliance surrounded by bad.
I wouldn't call it
For
that.
me, it was honestly, the absolute fucking shit posting that revolved around Mayoiga.
Yes.
Not so much in the later episodes, but in the first 5 or so were amazing.
So are you saying
I've
the
never
anime is
had-
bad, but talking about it was the good part?
Exactly.
Yeah, we made Mayoiga good, not the creators.
I disagree.
That's how I
think,
feel about Mayoiga.
I think...
Did you not see all the weapons I was whipping out every week? Holy shit! Look at this.
Exactly. Cassie genuinely made me like Mayoiga. If I'd watched on my own, I would have fucking hated
The people who genuinely like it for what it is are hipsters.
Thank you.
That's not true.
I do think
rude.
there is an element of that.
I'm
think there is an
just being
element of that.
contrarian
Yeah.
again, am I right?
That's right, Jonas. You're being a contrarian.
No, I think you could
It's
like
important.
it. It's just I don't know. Part of the hype was just people getting excited over it and making really bad memes
You
out
just
of
need
it.
that. You just need that
Yeah.
level of taste threshold.
See, the thing is I'm with people acknowledging Mayoiga for what it is. What it is not is a fantastic anime. That is what it never claimed to be a good anime. That's the whole point. It knows it's not good. And just because it knows it's not good and it plays up on that doesn't make it good.
I wonder.
It makes
because, the thing is,
That's it.
I don't think Mayoiga knows it's not good. I think Mayoiga uses things that would usually be something that people would say is not good, and uses it to its advantage. And I think that's what makes it good, ironically enough.
I draw a line in the sand here, a massive line in the sand, especially around Mayoiga. It's the debate of if there is a difference between quality and enjoyment. And Jonas, your personal belief is that there is not. You believe that because you had more fun with Mayoiga than anything else this season, that Mayoiga was the best anime this season.
Partially so.
I mean, that's what you... Yeah.
I mean, I don't only rate it on like how much fun I had with it, but like also like how much it intrigued me, or how much how interesting I found. You know what I mean? That kind of like, it's a mixture of things. It's how much I liked it in the end.
Yeah, I also rate things way more on enjoyment than quality. Like, I actually like don't take general quality into account most of the time. General
quality, like I've said this often enough, and I think that's one of the things that makes Mayoiga the most interesting thing show this season. Not best, but most interesting at the very least.
I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely agree with that.
Is that Mayoiga raises a lot of questions about criticism, and a lot of questions about like how we think about like objectivity, and how we think about how to rate things in art. Because what Mayoiga does is it's a show that is designed to seem awful, but turns out to be incredibly fun.
See, I don't know if I agree with that. Like, I dislike when people call things art in the sense of it's intentionally being bad. Not intentionally being bad, but like you kind of know what I mean. I don't know if that's actually the purpose of Mayoiga.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it is. I think
like regardless of that, whether you enjoy it or not is, you know.
I mean, yeah, whether you enjoy it or not is different, of course.
I would argue that Mayoiga is far more intentional than it is accidental.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing here is,
I think like selling off emotional, like actual things in the series from what I read in interviews. She was like, "Oh, wait until like episode 8 or something. That's when like real things happen." There was one episode in particular. I remember it was coming up. People were like, "Oh, this is where Okada says it gets real," and it was just more Mayoiga.
The way I want to see Mayoiga is that the creator's entire intention was to make this a suspenseful, serious drama that just totally flopped. That is what I want to see.
Honestly, I think I would be more fond of Mayoiga if it was completely accidental. I feel like the fact that I've realized that it's designed to be the way it is almost takes away part of the fun.
My favorite part was when I realized everyone else had come back, and I guess, Tom, you didn't realize it because you questioned me afterwards, and I was like, dude, I can't wait until next episode when Yotsune gets ass pulled back into the fucking story, and he literally did, and I was like, God, I love Mayoiga. I was like, dude, everyone who's died has come back except him. He was like the first one to die. He's coming back, and he did, and he was just talking about Jesus, and it was like, oh boy.
I found the Lord.
Seriously, though, that was a great way to pull him back.
I think that
was one of the best parts.
The piece difference between people I've seen is that whether you look at Mayoiga as intentional or not divides whether you're going to like it or not. Because
I don't know if it divides whether you're not going to like it. Because like I said, if I thought it was if I thought it was unintentional, I would have enjoyed it more.
Because
I would have enjoyed it either way.
Because like for me watching it, the jokes felt like any of the jokes they were trying to push fell flat, and I was left trying.
Everything was a joke, though, or most things.
I think Mayoiga is something that's
you could argue
the fact that like I didn't find the comedy I guess they were or were not trying to push funny left me with trying to enjoy it as a more serious series, which just failed epically.
Yeah, I think Mayoiga is like. I
don't think you can take it seriously.
It's like,
this is honestly Mayoiga's biggest fault. Like, the biggest flaw, and I think it's actually a really serious one, is that Mayoiga loses such a massive part of its audience because it isn't clear on what it is. If Mayoiga had been more upfront about what it wanted to achieve, it wouldn't have lost so many people.
I think that's why I
said it alienates.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of part of the charm.
Yeah,
but it's part of the charm to the people that stayed.
It's good.
It's not.
No, it's part of the charm to the people that stayed, but that's zero fucking comfort to the people that didn't.
Yeah, but that's...
Like, the first episode was legitimately bad. Like, I don't think anybody liked the first episode. Like, I watched that and I was like, I'm going to stick through with this because this is like...
Cassie,
this might be like the next Divine Gate. This is awful.
I think...
Cassie,
and that's why I stuck with it.
You like... I mean, don't forget the hippopotamus song. Don't forget Jack attacking the bus driver in his
In retrospect, the first episode is really obviously intentionally funny. It is, obviously.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't
the way
think
they
it's
introduce
intentional. I
everybody.
think the first episode comes off as really fucking bad. Like, the first episode is terrible.
I mean, as someone that has rewatched it...
Honestly, I think Cassie, the thing that's happening here is that you weren't in the Mayoga mindset yet.
Yeah.
And that is exactly my point. If you are not in that mindset, it is a bad series. It is a bad mystery series.
I agree
because
with this, but that's different mindsets, and that's always the case with literally every show.
There is not a good mindset to watch the first episode in.
I think it is almost... It's an almost unforgivable thing that Mayoga does, that it completely allows itself to lose such a massive part of its audience. Just because we kept watching it and had a lot of fun doesn't excuse that.
I don't know. I think
but it wouldn't have been Mayoga otherwise. Okay,
this is
like the reason.
Yes, it would have. If it had been, hey, I mean, okay, maybe the part, like, we got a little bit extra by figuring out that, hang on, something's up here. But at the same time, the fact that so many people, I would say the majority of people probably dropped Mayoga. Easily, the majority.
Like, the first 3 episodes, it was like people betting on who was going to die first, and it was kind of exciting. And then when it swapped from that, it was like a whole, like, I don't know, like, that was part of the experience for me, was it going from a kind of serious murder thing to it being like, holy shit, this is a fucking joke.
Yeah,
whereas if it started off as a fucking joke, I wouldn't have been as interested.
No, you're right. What it needed to do was it needed to have a clear nod that things aren't quite what you expect.
I don't think so.
It didn't have that.
I don't know.
It took us to like episode 4 or 5 for us to really start figuring out what Mayoga was.
The first 3 episodes of Mayoga had me...
I genuinely think that's a sin. I genuinely think that's a sin.
I don't think so.
That's my biggest complaint with Mayoga.
The problem is, like, you're alienating people, sure, but that's always what you're going to do in art. Like, I think...
Did you say in that bus?
Mm-hmm. No, in art.
Oh, I thought you said in that bus.
Because, like, I think looking at Mayoga, I find it very interesting to look at Mayoga as a genuine art piece of art, because, like, usually I don't like throwing around that word for anime. I mean, anime is obviously art, but it's not really what you usually throw around. But I think Mayoga really does fit the bill, because it's such an ambiguous show, and, like, it's so much... Like, the reason I love Mayoga is because it's so interesting. It's so much fun to talk about. It's so interesting to try and figure out what Mayoga does, what it's trying to do, and everything between it. And I think, like...
Yeah, screw whatever it actually was.
I think that is part of what it actually was. I think that...
See, the problem I have, Jonas, with your outlook on Mayoga is you're leaving absolutely no room for fault, because you're kind of giving Mayoga so much benefit of the doubt that any fault that I can throw at you, you can just say that's intentional. That's what it's meant to do. That's a good thing. And I just feel like that's such a blindsided way of looking at things. Like,
I don't think it's blindsided
for that. When it
at
comes
some
to
point,
Mayoga.
you have to draw a line where you're saying we're giving Mayoga so much benefit of the doubt that maybe it isn't actually that good.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think we need to do that. The thing is, like what you seem like what you're saying right now is basically we need to find, like, clear faults in Mayoga, which we don't. There is no
I'm not saying that at all.
Answer.
I'm saying that there are clear faults in Mayoga, and you're saying that's part of the charm.
Yeah. I am. There is no clear answer.
Which is my point exactly. You're giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Subjective versus objective.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
We kind of are.
Every problem I have with Mayoga, Jonas is saying it's part of the charm, and I'm saying he is giving Mayoga the benefit of the doubt.
What I'm saying is that it's ambiguous
instance.
whether or not it's intentionally doing so or not.
Yes, it is ambiguous. We don't know the answer, and in every single case, you lean towards good, not bad.
I do.
I fall in the middle. I say that it is part of its charm, but that doesn't mean it's immaculate.
Yeah, but it's it really.
I personally don't think they intended it to be a complete comedy.
I don't think they intended Mayoga to be this. I don't think they intended Mayoga to be the kind of anime that we have this conversation about.
Yeah.
I do think they intended it to be entertaining and to be funny.
I think,
but not quite this.
I think they might have intended it, honestly.
It's
because you give it the benefit of the doubt on everything, Jonas.
But
do you not see this? That you literally anytime there's a question of hang on, is this good or bad? You go, it's good. Give it the good.
Well, you just have to look. You just have to look at the creators.
To Mayoga.
Like they've never put out anything that talks about the comedy of Mayoga. They never talk about
Mizushima's talked about comedy in general.
Yeah, Mizushima's said that horror and comedy
they've never specifically stated anything about comedy relating to Mayoga.
I mean, Mizushima
Have they said much about Mayoga at all?
The only thing they've said about Mayoga is the drama and suspense aspect.
I'm actually going to look this up after the episode.
Well, that's kind of what I said also. Like, Okada was quoted saying, like, such and such, is an emotional reaction. I don't remember what episode it was. Same with Yatsune. That was a character that she, like, went on the record saying, like, I didn't like him initially, but he really evolves later on. Or something like that.
Yeah, so, I have nothing to go on other than, I believe the creators were trying to make something serious that...
Like, I don't think Mayoga was intentional as it was, but I don't think I want it any other way because I really enjoyed it as it was presented.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Like, that's literally all I have to say about it. I don't think it was accidental art. I don't think it's art in general, to be honest.
I
just think it was a really fun ride.
It's hard to talk about Mayoga for me, for some reason. Because I have so many...
It's because everyone disagrees with you.
It's so like I think about Mayoga. I thought about Mayoga a lot, like when it was airing.
Mayoga gives you feelings.
It gives me feelings.
I'm with Jonas. I thought about Mayoga more than any other anime.
As I said, it's by far the most interesting show this season. By far, like even if it's by accident, I think the show raises a lot of questions that
I think you overthink a lot of things though as well.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that term.
That is definitely
I think overthinking things is a bad term.
I think what the truth of Mayoga probably lies somewhere in the middle. I don't think it lies on one extreme. I don't think it lies in Jonas's everything's perfect. I don't think it lies in
Jonas doesn't say everything is perfect. So you have to stop saying that.
Okay, he kind of does though. Like literally every fault I throw at him, he claims that's a.
He's not saying it's perfect. Justifying things isn't saying it's perfect. He's explaining things.
I mean, the thing.
Okay, regardless, I think Mayoga lies somewhere between David's everything's shit and Jonas's everything's great. I think
David's wasn't everything shit. David's is I fucking dropped this because a mecha titty walked on the screen. I'm done.
Okay. Let me get my point.
Literally David.
Stop correcting me. I might be wrong, but who cares? Let me just say this.
No, Tom, I'm going to tell you that you're fucking wrong.
I feel like Mayoga does a lot of stuff intentionally and a lot of stuff accidentally, and the end result is something that we all had a lot of fun with. And while that's great, I don't think it makes it the anime of the season. I think Jonas was right the first time. I think it is the most interesting anime this season. And I feel like more than anything, Mayoga is going to be remembered because like Mayoga is going to be like this academic touching stone when we talk about anime going forward. Like, I feel like people are always going to have Mayoga in the back of their heads when we talk about bad anime in the future.
I think if it weren't for Jonas, we'd forget about Mayoga entirely.
Although,
no, I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true at all.
That was the same thing people said about Another when it finished. Another, the anime.
I haven't seen
Jonas.
It's by the same person.
Yeah, it's by the same director.
Same director.
Yeah, you should check that out. Because I'm quite interested to see what you would think of Another.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one friend who keeps telling me to watch it, and then I was like, oh, I've heard the ending's really bad though. Is it actually worth watching? And I think he said something along those, I don't remember the ending much. And I was like, oh, that's encouraging. I don't know if I should watch it.
Well, it's funny because like as Another aired, it was quite popular up until the end, and then everyone just unanimously seemed to hate it. When
Mayoga first came out, everyone just drew parallels from parallels from Mayoga to another. Like, that was the only thing that was, like, happening in the Mayoga threads
it was
early
the
on.
same thing. You were just wondering who's going to die, where another is basically Final Destination as an anime.
Okay. Jonas, do you want to say your last thing on Mayoga before we head into the 3 hours?
Like, should I just give like a summary of my opinion then, or?
All right, can you give a summary,
right.
Tom, without you interrupting him?
Yeah, I know that's exactly why I'm trying to do this. Is because either one of us needs to take control, or we're going to have like this interlinked like nonsense where neither of us gets anything done. So I kind of bullied my way into it first. Jonas, you have the floor.
All right, good. Mayoga is my favourite show of the season for a bunch of reasons. First of all, I had an incredibly good time with Mayoga. It was by far the most fun I've had this entire season with anime. And even outside of Mayoga itself, I think my experience with Mayoga was brilliant. I think I had an incredible amount of fun talking to people about it, and I think thinking about Mayoga and thinking about like the questions it raises in terms of like, can we objectively judge something? Can we can we say this is automatically bad, whatever it is in? I think it's an incredibly interesting point, and I think that it makes Mayoga all the more interesting, whether not really depending on what they did, being accidental or not. Like all those reasons and a bunch of more is probably why I would say that Mayoga is the best show this season. Well, not for me, at least personally.
I just want to say, if I had not watched this anime with someone else, I would have not enjoyed it in the least or the slightest. And I do also want to point out that if there was no community aspect around Mayoga, it would have just gone to the backlogs.
Yeah, no, that's the same for me. Exactly. The community is what made that one for me.
Yeah, we made Mayoga good, not the creators.
They spurred so much inspiration of all sorts in different people, though.
Yeah.
Like, whether it be
I've never seen so much good OC
art,
actually spawn from
or just shitposting.
Yeah, it's...
Like, I have, like, 40 WebMs saved that are Mayoga-inspired, that were, like, really good you guys seen all of them, I keep linking them. Like, I don't see that shit around most shows at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mayoga had a culture, it had a mini culture that's around it. That's cool, that's really cool, and I was part of that culture.
And yes, that is exactly why I enjoyed it.
It's a rare experience.
Yeah.
Should I give it 3 hours?
I'll give it 3 hours.
Alright.
Oh wait, I thought you just did.
Hang on.
Wait, Jonas, have you not done the 3 hours
yet? No,
yet?
I thought I just should give my summary.
Yeah,
my
Tom said
thoughts.
say his last thing.
Yeah, hang on. Before we head into the 3 hours, there's one last thing we need to touch on.
Oh.
Jonas, do you know what it might be?
No.
Jared, have you thought of it?
I have a one, but it's probably very different.
Wait. I have one last thing.
Okay.
Which group do you join? I'm uploading the image. Do you stay in Nanaki or do you leave?
Oh, I leave. Holy shit,
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
I would stay. All the best characters stayed.
Yeah,
I'm fucking staying.
Okay.
I mean, you wind up back
Jonas?
there anyway.
The thing we need to talk about is the poll.
I want Jonas's answer,
I think
Tom.
if I had to choose between the groups, I'd probably stay.
Nice. Based. Alright, I'm staying with Jonas and Jared.
Just because it has Aspen and Lion and Jack.
Yeah, see me, I would have
Also, the little crying scene in the credits between what's-her-face, Detective Girl and Lion was so cute.
Oh, can we just agree that the trio of Detective Girl, Lion, and Mei Mei?
I would have neither left.
Mai.
Those were the best three girls.
Yeah.
Those were the best three girls. I still, by the end, I
would have neither left nor stayed because I would have never gotten on that fucking bus in the first place.
Yeah. No kidding. Okay.
I just want
to quickly bring up.
I just want to point out really quick that I've been standing for the past 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, I thought your voice sounded slightly different.
I heard you were talking shit about my yoga, motherfuckers!
As soon as we started talking about my yoga, as soon as Kyle started, I just stood up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. that's amazing.
It helps thinking.
Kyle can't do that because he's driving.
No, I've already reached my destination like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I thought you might have.
I love how Kyle can literally drive his fucking car where he's recording from one place to another, and he has less background noise than Ravi sitting still in his fucking bedroom. How is that possible?
Well, my headset has a nice mute function
understand
on
how
it.
you have like zero background
Ravi
noise.
had someone cutting down a tree outside the other day.
Okay. This is going to run on really long, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I think we can put a little ribbon on
Little R.
the on the Anime Abroad Civil War, and
It went exactly as planned.
and
all according to
go
Kotaku.
into the R's. I feel like let's end it on a positive note. So I'm going to go first, and Jonas is going to go last.
Okay.
Okay. I gave Mayoiga a 6 out of 10. I think that if I look at all the other anime, like I've given 6 to, it lines up perfectly with those. Like, I honestly would not recommend it to anybody because the culture. No, seriously though, the culture that surrounded Mayoiga is over. Like, the enjoyment that we all got from Mayoiga, that is an experience that you cannot replicate unless you get like a viewing party together and view it with other people, and you go up and you dig up those memes and
hit me
spam
up.
them
I'll
each
give you the
week.
memes.
It's not going to be the same. You're not going to have the positive experience that we had, and for that reason, I cannot recommend Mayoiga to anyone because, like, I think most of us said if we watched it in a vacuum, we would have hated it. And yeah, just for the same reason, I'm never going to rewatch Mayoiga.
All right, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 as well. But I also liked it a lot more than Tom. Do I recommend it? I did. I actually just realized now I forgot to follow up on it, but I did start rewatching it with a couple friends who hadn't seen it, and they both kind of dug it.
Nice.
But we got to episode 5 or 6, and I did that thing where I picked up all the shifts, and I forgot about them, and they were like, Cassie, when's Mayoiga? And I never responded. That was 2 months ago.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was rewatching it, and also it's kind of fun to rewatch, especially the first 2 episodes, because, like, honestly, so much random fucking shit happens in those episodes that does not apply to the rest of the series. For what purpose?
It's so good.
It was funny.
It's not
It's
good.
fantastic.
It's like, why does this exist?
It's so bad that it's
Oh my
good.
Okay, Cassie, did you did you get all 3 of your R's out?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, Kyle, go.
5 out of 10. I would not recommend it to anyone ever at all, past or present. You could not pay me enough money to rewatch it. It was shit.
I can't wait to say that about ReZero next season.
Don't worry, there's a nice mute button on my headset.
I just hate on ReZero for the entire next season podcast just to spite.
It hurts me because
Kyle's gonna bring in his fucking machete.
it hurts me because I know Jonas will do
His
that.
Excalibur.
I know for a fact Jonas is going to do that. You're going to go into that anime just looking for shit.
To be completely honest, I do not expect to enjoy ReZero a whole lot. For some reason, it doesn't seem like my kind of show.
I think that's a good way to go into
Idol
it.
series. That's probably why.
Probably.
That might be the best way to go into it, Jonas.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest, yeah.
The thing is, like, if I go into show,
Go with low expectations, and you will be
Expect to
pleasantly
like it
surprised.
eventually. Or,
I might.
Maybe not that far.
I know what to expect technically, but yeah.
Okay, Jared.
I actually rated it an 8.
Holy shit! You rated it 2 points higher than me, and I liked it.
I had a blast watching it, and it's just an incredibly interesting series.
Thank you, Jared.
I feel like that was actually Jonas's dying breath. He was just so happy that someone else liked it.
I would actually recommend it to people who are interested in that.
Oh, you're
People
a
in the
bad
mental
person.
ward.
I mean, I guess from an academic perspective, people who are listening to discussions like these might want to go back and see what the fuck is going on.
If you want to know what a real bad anime is, you got to watch this.
If you want to know if you wanted to know when anime was doomed, like fuck saving anime, Myoga's going to be the first symbol of the apocalypse.
I thought Kill la Kill was both.
I think it was.
I think the deepest, most interesting part of Myoga is our ratings. Like,
I mean, it really is.
I gave it a 6 out of 10, and I was like the secondary Myoga supporter.
If Jonas thinks about it for long enough, he will argue that these ratings are part of Myoga as a series.
That is fucking savage, Tom!
People hating Myoga was a good thing.
Wow.
Jonas, just wait for next recording.
So what are Jonas's 3 R's?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh wait, sorry, did Jared not finish?
No, I would actually love to rewatch it with people who I think would like it. Maybe even drinking, to be honest.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to take my answer back. That actually might be a really good idea.
Watching Myoga is
if we group watched it with drinks, that would be the only way I would be watching Myoga.
Can we actually make this a thing? Like rewatch it and get drunk watching it?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. If we ever have a meetup, should we say that that's what we do?
Jonas doesn't have to drink because he likes it anyway.
Yeah, I don't like drinking.
Yeah, that's a good point. He doesn't need the drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Or better yet.
I'm gonna give my 3 hours then.
Yeah,
I give Myoga a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I would recommend it to people that are interested in based on what I've said about it, I guess.
Fine art.
Exactly.
Yeah, fine art.
Because I think it's a really interesting show.
Myoga's buzzword.
I think people that are interested in like what I've been saying about it should give it a shot. And rewatch, most definitely. I would absolutely want to watch it. I'm actually excited to do so now.
Now I think about it. Now I think about it, actually, rewatching Myoga with all of you, like, sounds like one of the chillest things I can imagine. Like,
great.
Actually, I was...
Cassie just prints off all of her memes and just starts throwing them at people.
Actually, I was going to say, we should actually, sometime soon get drunk and watch another.
I was rewatching it drunk with my friends. That's what I'm saying. It was fun. And that's when I started realizing the first 2 episodes were complete bullshit. I was like, what the fuck? This has no relevance to the rest of the fucking series. What?
That's what's so good
That
about it.
basketball scene. The basketball explodes in his hand. It never comes up again.
Oh my god, I can just imagine now it's like 2 years later and we all meet up and we're all just sat around the flat screen at someone's mansion and...
whoa, none of us are going to have mansions
bought
unless
by
Kyle.
in name of Ram.
My mansion will perfectly replicate the Rosewall estate.
Oh my god, and the maids will be Saber and Rems?
Yes.
How about a Glastonbury just because of Saber?
Anyway. And we're watching Myoga and we're all loving it and Jonas is just there with the widest eyes and he's like...
We're making notes.
I made a terrible mistake.
He's got a computer in front of him and he's typing his blog post out.
This isn't good at all. And he goes on his Hummingbird and drops it down to like a 4.
He's live tweeting, playing Osu and blogging at the same time.
Oh my god, that means he's transcendent.
Yeah.
That's a lot of clicking.
That's what Myoga does to a man, Tom.
See, exactly what I have to do is... Before each season, before the first episode airs, I have to personally tell Jonas that this is the greatest anime ever, just to kill everything for you.
Nice. Okay. And with that, let's head on to the last order of business. What is Anime Abroad's official anime of the season? And we need to reach a consensus.
I will wait for last.
So everybody yell a lot until we come to a consensus. Boku Hero, Boku Hero, Boku Hero, Boku Hero, Boku Hero.
Coolest name in all of anime.
Stop.
No.
Okay, now we're going to work through this. And we're going to put our heads together.
See, now I feel like
Deep
Tom's
breaths.
working with a group of toddlers, and he's like, okay, kids, calm down.
Oh, you've just realised that, Cassie?
Tom, please. You argue
Now-
like a toddler half the time.
Based on aggregate, we're going to have to make some tough decisions. Okay, Jonas. There are far too many low scores on that list, and I know. I think one of the things. I think Ravi said as much as he said that Tanaka-kun is his favorite. He said Mayoga cannot be anime of the season.
Except what if
Ravi
I side
really
with
hated
Mayoga?
it.
That's already 2 out of 5 people on this podcast in this recording siding with
I'm
Mayoga.
almost there, but I can't quite.
And Jared gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, are we saying that Mayoga's not off the
Yes.
table?
It's not off the table.
Jared, what do you think?
I would say it's on the table.
Okay.
Not for
If I have
me.
to throw my vote to Mayoga, if I don't get my way, I will do it.
Okay. The thing we do have to keep in mind is the fact that almost out of any of these anime, Mayoga is the least liked by the most people.
Yeah, that can make our podcast
Least
popular.
liked is you and Kyle.
No, don't put me in there. It's Kyle and Ravi.
Okay, then
Yeah.
most people
I was-
isn't really relevant because Ravi's not a person.
I mean, since when do we take Ravi's taste in account anyway?
Now let's move on. I think by the same logics I'm trying to kill Mayoga, we have to kill Kisniver. It's nobody's favorite, and if it's nobody's favorite, then it can't be the anime of the season.
Yeah,
I
you
agree.
can kill Kisniver.
Kisniver would be my second choice, but since Mayoga's getting support,
I think we have to kill Conrevo.
Sorry, Jared.
Yeah,
Because
kill
this-
that, because then Jared comes to the Mayoga side. Yeah, let's kill
Yeah,
Con
but
Revo.
fuck you. You can't agree with him and then pull me over to your side.
I just
Cassie,
did.
please
Don't
Sorry.
shit on my favorite.
Don't.
Okay, now I think we need to talk about Tanaka-kun and Flying Witch. Now, where do these land? I know Kyle doesn't like...
I watched 4 to 5 episodes of Flying Witch, not Tanaka-kun. Tanaka-kun did not.
Hold on
interest.
there.
Just
Like, I
Yeah.
might really like Tanaka-kun.
You said you didn't. You called it pretentious.
It depends.
I think he.
No,
I think he
like,
might suddenly really like Tanaka-kun just to.
Yeah.
this is
really-
why I need to go last.
Okay.
No, because we know what your answer is, Kyle. And
it's
my answer is
disqualified.
no. What's your actual... Oh my god, Cassie. Is that Beaver's bunny?
Cassie, stop.
Okay. Cassie, stop. Cassie, stop. Okay, I need to close Discord or else I'm never going to continue.
Remember what to vote for, guys!
I feel like the thing is we have Jonas who is legitimately wanting Mayoga to be anime of the season, and Cassie who just wants to watch it burn.
Watch everything burn.
So okay, I don't know. Tanaka-kun, Ravi was the hottest on it, and then Jared. That you guys were very hot on Tanaka-kun. Jonas,
Good
you were
shit.
from your impression, and me, Cassie, and Kyle were kind of very cool on it.
Not cool. I dropped
not
it after one
cool.
episode because I said it would not keep my attention.
Cruel.
Yeah, that's
You
me
were
too.
quite
I was
cruel.
like, this is a shitty gimmick and I'm not going to dig it. I mean, like, I think I was
It's not
probably
like-
wrong and I should have given it more of a chance, but no. Like, at the time, I was like, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
Well,
What about Flying Witch,
You can
though?
keep it in your mind.
Flying Witch guaranteed I'm going back to because Flying Witch was comfy as fuck and I loved it.
I think Flying Witch for
Okay.
most of us, except for you, Tom, kind of stands in the middle. Like it's a really good show, but it's far from our favourites.
Okay.
So,
I am willing to let Flying Witch go.
I'm not.
Okay. I like it a lot.
Kyle, are you actually not?
Well, I mean,
are you not
if-
willing to let Flying Witch go?
I mean, to be honest, the only anime that I would want as anime of the season, only me and Jared has watched. I would push for Tonkatsu DJ.
Are you talking about? Do we have 2 people for that?
No, we don't.
2 people
We don't.
saying it's their
Tonkatsu
favorite.
is one of my favorites.
Okay, but yours is definitely Conrevo then, Jared.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so
So if it's not Tonkatsu DJ, it's Flying Witch for you, Jared. Where does Flying Witch land on your radar?
Maybe 5th.
5th. That's pretty low down. Okay.
There's
For me-
Ravi
so
for
hard
me.
to
so
get.
good.
It's so-
on what you guys say.
Okay, I think we need to talk about the thing that I think's probably gonna win, and
I
that's
think
Boku Hero.
Mayoga is winning because it has more people who have seen it.
No, I think honestly, I think Boku Hero wins this. I think Boku Hero is
Really?
the thing that I think Boku Hero is the thing that we are the most united in opinion over.
Yeah.
But Kyle and Jonas didn't care for it.
I mean, I cared for
Yeah,
it.
they didn't care for it, but they didn't dislike it. Like that's the difference between.
they liked it.
That's
even.
the difference between.
yeah,
yeah.
but we're not. But aren't we just voting for what our pick is?
Don't forget, Jonas gave it. What was it? A week 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
we can.
But
Oh, yeah,
I'm not.
you
I'm not like I'm.
You know what? I can't complain about Boku Hero winning. I
Like
was
in
just hoping for the
terms
Mayo
of
Yoga win.
favoritism, I
I'm
would
not. I'm not
rather
voting for Boku
see.
Hero. I'm sorry.
I would
I'm going
rather
for
see
Mayoga.
Flying
Mayoga
Witch
has to
win.
Yeah, okay, but Jonas, if Mayuga isn't your favorite of the season, would it be Kisniva? And then after
There's
that,
Knife and then Boku Hero, and that's literally all the shows I finished. I've said
Okay,
that many
okay.
straight ones. I forgot that one.
see, the thing is if you just look at it mathematically, there is way more like aggregate support for Boku Hero than anything else.
I could bring you
Yeah, but if we were
50
actually
people.
voting,
I
I'd
do
vote
like
for
Conrad, but
Mayoga.
like-
Yeah, we're still voting, right? We're not going like, well, what has the best like middle score in the middle?
Do we have to do we actually have to bring maths out?
Well, by the end of Arc 2,
No.
Ray
Just need to
Zero
count
was
votes.
This
better
isn't
than all of
objective,
the
Tom. It's
others.
subjective. There is no objectivity.
Yeah, but the maths is based on our subjective. So the maths is neither subjective
But
or
why
objective.
do we
it's
need
a
maths? We
concept.
just need to vote, right? We need votes.
Isn't it?
Well, I think we need weighted
Dude,
votes.
this is anime. We go with our
Yeah.
hearts.
Exactly.
Weighted hard.
We need
I think we have to
weighted
use our
votes.
hearts.
I'm struggling right now. I can hear it.
I really am struggling because
Tom's trying his hardest to not have Mayoga.
is it actually going to be Mayoga? Like Cassie, are you actually going to stab your anime of the season in the back to make Mayoga the podcast anime of the season?
I love you, Cassie.
expect
Did
no less
Bakugo
of
mean
you.
that little to you? Did Bakugo mean that little to you, Cassie?
Yeah, Jared, are you with me? Come on, 8 out of 10. You gave it 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
Jared,
it's-
come on.
I'll go number 2 for that.
Cassie.
It's number 2.
What's your number one, Jared?
I don't. The thing is, I just don't know.
And Conrad was there, so
Ravi
that
hates it,
essentially
and
makes
Kyle
that one
hates
vote
it.
for Boku Hero if it means Mayoga won't win.
Okay. I mean, okay. In that case, I'm voting for Boku Hero as well.
Wait,
Is
and
Ravi
then
still on
there's two
Tanaka?
Mayoga.
Wait, Tom, can you?
Ravi's...
And well, hang
Ravi
on.
is
Okay.
not in this episode. We
Wait.
can't count people
Yeah,
who
he
aren't in the
doesn't count.
episode right now.
No, but he gave me his. Actually, hang on.
No,
he
he
gave me
didn't.
his list. Yes, he did.
Oh, no.
I wrote it down.
Why the fuck did you do that? Is it a tie? Wait, if he did a book,
I'm
he
willing.
would
I'm
not
willing
be
to
sure
switch.
he did.
I'm willing to
Tanaka.
switch my
Pretty sure
answer
he
to
did Tanaka.
Flying Witch if we need,
Yeah, he did Tanaka.
or Tanaka-kun.
What's Ravi's list? Read that off.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh wait.
Are we gonna?
I'll
Are we
look as
gonna?
well,
Is
actually.
Tanaka couldn't?
Do you have it? Do you have it?
I'm
No.
just looking because I'm pretty sure he put it in the recording chat.
Yeah, he did.
He did put it in recording. Yeah.
Okay,
But
when did
where
we
the
record again?
What did you go,
Oh wait,
Last week.
I found it. Some beer back. Someone has fucking saw a tree outside. I found it.
It was before we. I think
So there's someone.
Wait, I think I put it. I'm fairly certain I put it in the fucking AA podcast file. Someone's deleted it. I think
Yeah,
I put
me.
it at the
I haven't
bottom.
touched
Sorry,
that
Mayoga's
file
the real
for
winner, Tom. Get out of here.
You know, if it's 2v2,
Cassie, Boku, your actual anime of the season that you said yourself is right there. It's just about to win, Cassie.
I
Are
want
you actually?
Mayoga to win because that will be the only thing it gets.
if
But
it
isn't
can't
that
win
too
of
much?
the year,
Cassie, Mayoga might win comedy of the year.
That's not good enough for me.
Cassie, you're the best. I'm just saying.
Cassie, don't do
Thank
this.
you, Cassie.
I'm voting for Mayoga because it was the anime of the season.
Yeah, but that's not what you said a minute ago.
No,
Cassie.
it wasn't my favorite, but it was the anime of the season. And it's the
Cassie.
only time it's going to get to shine. Do not question my vote.
Okay, Cassie, I'm going to ask you one question, and if you answer, if you give me the right answer to this question, I will go with you on Mayoga.
I don't like where this is
I think
going.
Cassie's vote should just
Cassie,
not count.
is Mayoga the despair we need to find our true hope?
Yes.
And by that I mean Mayoga will
Nagito
not.
was behind Mayoga the entire time, Tom.
Cassie, this means that Mayoga will not come up in anime of the year.
Sure.
I'm
Okay.
All according to Clyde's
are we
plan.
happy with? Are we happy with this?
Yep.
4v1.
Kyle, I'm not happy with this either, but it's. Cassie is literally Nagito right now.
Jared, I swear to fucking God.
This is Jared. Come to
If you're gonna turn this contest into a meme, then there's no point.
No, it's not a meme. I fucking love Mayoga.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Jared's not doing that. Cassie
Are you saying
is doing it.
You liked Mayoga more than Flying Witch or Boku Hero?
Oh shit!
Maybe.
Oh shit! No! I figured it out.
Oh.
We have to go Conrevo.
All right, I'm down.
Oh.
I'm down.
I'm down.
We have to do it.
oh god.
Yo, Conrevo's It's art. It's pure art.
You're a
We have
genius,
to do it. We
Tom.
have to do that. We get the majority vote. We have the majority vote now.
This isn't hope.
Ravi's not against it either.
How did you have the majority?
This is a shitty middle ground.
Okay, Jonas is like, no, I hate Conrevo.
Tom, you fucking hate Conrevo. What the fuck?
No, you don't.
No, it just wasn't for me.
Wait until the end of the year
I'm a
awards
neutral
now.
vote. I feel as strongly for Conrevo as I do for Mayoga. I just
Oh, nice.
You didn't
Well,
care
no,
for
that's not
Conrevo.
true.
You liked Mayoga. You enjoyed it.
I didn't
He appreciates
dislike
Conrevo.
it though. I think Conrevo looks amazing. I think
It
Conrevo
looks amazing, but
is
it doesn't
probably
you don't
animated
care
this
for it.
season.
That's literally what you said.
Can I just say one thing?
Look, okay, fuck this. Okay,
Hey,
don't look down on me.
I want to say something, Tom.
No, not me. Don't look down on me.
Shut up! After
Fine.
this discussion, can we? I really wish we could do the end of the year awards in person because I
Yeah.
would like these fist fights to be recorded.
Now,
Well,
okay,
between
you cannot
Ram,
hold it against me for political maneuvering when that is literally what you fuckers were doing a second ago for Mayoga.
I mean,
Yeah,
in,
well, my
in
Yoinga's
the
still
beginning,
on the
there's
table for
only
end
one.
of the year, motherfucker. You think I won't bribe everyone on the
So wait,
podcast?
Tom,
Eat
what
shit.
is Ravi's anime of the season?
Tanaka.
Ravi's anime of the season is Tanaka-kun.
All right, Jared.
Yeah,
Tanaka-kun. Don't you think that's anime of the season?
I do like Tanaka. Although
You guys already
don't.
agreed on Conrevo.
I could.
Yeah, but Kyle, which did you
Conrevo,
like more,
then.
Tanaka or
It doesn't matter to
Conrevo?
me.
Like you liked Conrevo.
Yeah, I really liked Con.
What would you rather win? What would you rather win?
Conrevo.
Okay, well there you go then. That's,
Anime of the season.
I just like to say that I like just my
do you have
taste
a
just won.
guys?
Like
guys,
no matter what
guys.
happens.
A single person in this podcast has finished
Does the
Conrevo.
Mayoga mutiny have a suitable defense here to stop this
A
from
single
happening?
person in this podcast.
Democracy was a mistake.
A single person.
See, Cassie, this is what you fucking did. You could have had Boku Hero win,
Yeah.
and you fucked
A
it up.
single person
All right,
in this
wait.
podcast
I
has
have-
finished Conrevo.
I have an announcement to make.
Only happy one.
You know what? I am glad I was that person.
If I can get
Eat
50
shit,
people
faggots.
in this, if I can get 50 people in this call right now to say Ray Zero wins,
What? No, it doesn't
No,
count.
we can't break the rules, and I would never vote for it based off the first score. Never.
No,
Yes,
I don't think anyone would but
first
you,
crew
Kyle. I'm
wasn't.
sorry. I'm with you. I am with you on the second course so far. So far, there's a lot of episodes left to go,
Yeah,
but not
it
for the
depends.
first one. No fucking way.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Are you guys really voting Conrevo
Yeah.
over my Yoinga?
Yeah.
Concrete.
Yeah.
Just wait, hold on. Just listen to this. Concrete Revolution.
It sounds a lot better than mayonnaise egg. And okay, fuck it, we're doing it. We're gonna do it. I think honestly,
all right, I
think
accept it.
Cassie was outmaneuvered. I think she accepts that. I also want to say that I think Ravi would be happy with this because I think at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
he
all he
would.
would have all he would want is Mayoga not to win. So I think Ravi is
Probably.
satisfied as well.
Like
Jonas, I'm
I
really
said, Jonas
sorry.
and I will be back in the end of
Yes.
year awards show.
Yes.
Expect us.
We're going for anime of the
Don't-
year.
But the thing is though, is the precedent is set. We have set. We stood our ground this day. Mayoga did not win. If Mayoga did not win today, then it will not
You
win.
may have won the battle, but you have not
Yeah,
won
the end of
well,
the year.
if you guys aren't here for the awards show by, unexpected happenstance, it'd be a real shame if Jonas and I were the only two around.
I just realized. Hang on. Isn't this like a super Conrevo thing to happen? Like Conrevo being
Everybody
the anime
has
to
their
defeat
own
Myoga?
justice.
Yes!
This is our
It's me,
justice.
sparkling justice.
Stop, Cassie. Okay.
Face when I'll pay Niall to put my extra recording at the end.
Okay. Yeah, we're done. I think the dust is settled, and Conrevo is anime abroad's
I hope this is how all of our award shows go.
anime of the season.
Here, hold on.
This is so much better. This is so much better than last season when everyone was like, "Grim, yeah, okay, Grimgar,
Yeah.
okay, Grimgar, yeah."
Okay,
Well,
This is so
Grimgar's the
much better.
anime of the year. Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot
Honestly,
Grimgar.
yeah, Cassie. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I might be agreeing with you there. I think Grimgar might be the anime of the year
You,
for me
you
as
will
well.
not shake me from Grimgar being anime of the year unless next season
but
does something like completely unexplainable.
Myoga.
No, Grimgar is the greatest thing that's ever
Jonas,
happened to
I
me.
I feel like
think-
I've got
I think-
Myoga better, to be honest. I love them both a lot.
Like I bought the physical CD. I look at my Twitter avatar. I'm sorry, Grimgar is love. Grimgar is
Actually,
life. You
I
can't.
think, I mean, my anime of the year is likely going to be UFO Season 2, so yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't think that...
Hey, Jonas, are you gonna send me that Grimgar poster yet?
No, I'm sorry, that is mine.
Okay. That's guys. Thank you so much for listening to this point.
Yes.
You are
We
the real
spent
stars.
like 40 minutes arguing that last.
It was about 30 minutes, yeah.
You guys are amazing. We love every single one of you. God bless. I don't know. I don't think I would have listened to the whole way through this podcast.
Every vote counts for my yoga. Send us your upvotes.
Please send us your Myoga memes, we need them.
Please don't set anything for downvotes.
Dicks out for my yoga. I just cut it. We're done. Kill the feed.